Welcome to the Happy Beyond Fit podcast. My name is Maria Browning, former synchronized swimmer from Colombia turned into a lifestyle entrepreneur. In today's episode, you guys are going to have a treat. I have a real deep and honest conversation with Rony Gratereaut. He is one of our Zumba leaders. He's a Zumba jammer. And in this conversation, you're going to learn about his childhood traumas, which he's trying to make now better with his child. His beginnings as an entrepreneur, as a dancer, as a choreographer, as a Zumba instructor, as a Zumba presenter, how his life has changed after he went into cardiac arrest in summer of 2022. What is the big discovery of meaning of life that he has had? That revelation after life has given him this second chance, and many other things, his relationships, how he handles work now that he is in a relationship with another Zumba presenter. You guys are going to learn so much from his book, Ignite Your Passion, about creativity in any area, and about his latest project that is about to come up. Thank you, Rony, for your precious time, allowing us to get to know you better and the beautiful, deep, insightful person that you are. Thank you so much, and everybody, enjoy it.
Okay,
Welcome to
gotcha.
my podcast. Thank you for making the time to be here and more.
No,
This is
thank
awesome.
you for inviting me. Such an honor. Never have the pleasure directly to sit down and talk to you like one on one. We have like cross path many times, but not like really like sit down. So being doing this is it means a lot. But also that you think about me is very flattered because even not plugging in too much into Zumba career, like I still like admire you for this person that you are, and I know and this education, this teacher for many of us. So yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Rony. Where are you now?
I'm in Bodrum, Turkey.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Dude, look at
It,
that. Is that the place where you're staying while you are in Turkey?
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Half and half in Istanbul and like when it's good weather. Now, no, not anymore. Tomorrow we're going back to Istanbul because until today, now this start winter here. So it's like,
Okay.
mira, andamos así en hoodies and
Yes, I
yeah, that's
see.
it. That's it. But
So
yeah,
for
yeah,
how long is the plan? You guys go and stay there for a big chunk of time, or this is the first time that you're trying this strategy?
no. We stay here like every time that we come, trying to stay like a month or
Okay.
month and a half of the summer, and we alternate. We come here, or we do Istanbul, but Istanbul gets too hot. It's like too hot here. We have the beach, so we like every day, or we have the pool, so we do summer things. It's like the summer.
So for those who are listening, Ronnie is married to Ejem, and Ejem is from Turkey. So I assume you guys go there so that she can visit her family,
Yes,
and
yes,
also that she can work more because
yes,
she cannot work that much in the United States as much as in Turkey, as that's her territory as a Zumba education specialist. So,
correct.
Ronnie, for how long you been there so far?
1 month,
And how
one
much
month.
longer are you going to be there?
Um, 2 more months. Two more
Have you
months.
done
Yes.
it before with the baby traveling away from
No.
home for so long?
This is the longest. Yeah, 3 months outside. Yeah, this is the longest.
Wow, you guys are risk takers because with a baby, we want to establish a routine and teach the
Yes,
baby to go through patterns. But when you're
yes.
traveling so much, it's impossible to do it.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's doable. It's hard. It's just when he get to adjust to the time changes, we start the routine again. So the same routine we had at home, we continue it. It's just that period of time when he is still adjusting to the time. Because then then the nap time sometimes is it could be misterioso porque he go to sleep at 7, but he was not sleeping. And regularly in Orlando, he go to sleep 7:30, 7:38. But then here, when he arrived, 7:30 is like, no, it's time for a nap. So it's just 1 hour and a half nap. That's it. I'm gonna wake up at 8:30, and it's like, keep me awake. I'm full of energy. So yeah, we had to deal with that a couple of days in the beginning.
How old is the baby now?
20 months.
Okay, so it's
Yeah,
impossible to plan anything. By the time you guys go back to the United States, he will be at another stage. So it's
it's
like,
another, yes, yes,
okay.
exactly.
So how do you guys manage working while you're traveling with the baby? I assume you guys are scheduling separate events so
Hmm.
that the other one can be in charge of the baby while one of you is working?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I cannot say advantage. I don't know, because we have separate careers before we met each other. I was building the brand Rony Gratereaut, and she always was building up her brand, and we become to be these separate presenters, instructors that get to like meet each other and then get together and marry and now have a family. So we have kept things like that. And I think in an advantage because for a moment like this, like a personal etapa, a personal period like this, is very convenient because she has her own event. She has, like you said in the beginning, this is her territory, so we can come here 3 months and she can be like doing her trainings and classes. I can connect and I can use Istanbul as a base and then start jumping into different places in Europe. But we coordinate how to do it. And here, um, the big advantage is like we have a nanny, we have abuela. So yes, having abuela is a huge advantage. We have in Orlando my abuela, mi mamá, pero mi mamá está un poquito más mayor que Kylo is a lot of energy for her. So it's not the same. This abuelita está más younger, so this abuelita can put up with Kylo and we can live even if we both go. So he can stay weekend and he can stay 2 days with his abuela.
Oh, wow,
That's
amazing.
easy. Yeah,
So now when you travel to teach your events, you can also schedule master classes that you're co-teaching with EGEM. Do you guys do
yeah.
that a lot, master classes? Or is mainly you do your events and she does her events?
We do both. I think 50-50, but because of that, because we never have marketed ourselves. Can I mention other people's names?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. For example, it's like Benjamin Rodrigo is like a name last name. You say
Yes.
Benjamin, you cannot say Benjamin without Rodrigo. Benjamin Rodrigo is like one person name and last name.
Yes, that's correct.
Uh, and we all will feel like a little random if it's only just Benjamin in the flyer and or Rodrigo in the flyer doing a masterclass. Rodrigo, we expect already. We didn't create that. I always been running my own entity, and she always has been agent. And we combine, we're good. It's a good chemistry. It's a good masterclass. Always a good flow. I love to work with her, but we can do it separately, and we can create individually, and we can deliver individually, and it's fun.
I can understand that decision based on my own experience. When I
Hmm.
used to date Beto, and at the beginning of our relationship, I used to dance with him on the stage and travel to work with him. And then I started realizing that since I was already a zest and I had established my career on my own, and I enjoy being able to feel proud of myself for my
Yeah,
work, being the one who's in charge, being the leader. But being with him, I was always going to be just dancing for him. Obviously, he's the leader, the main leader. So it's like I was not receiving the validation that I needed myself from my own self, from the people, and from my partner at the same time, because, we need to feel validated by our partner. At
yeah,
the
yeah,
same time, when I was working with him, I was not able to like admire him fully because I am concerned about doing a good job as well, right? So I started telling him, let me just travel with you as your girlfriend. And I want to be there in front row doing videos like a girlfriend will do and cheering for you and being so proud of you as being your partner. And then let's do the same when you join me in my events and you don't do anything. I don't announce you as anything. And you just carry the boxes for me as my boyfriend will do and do videos for me. So then we started trying that. And that was a better recipe for us because it was
really.
important for me to be validated. Yes. So very
Oh,
rarely I will get on the stage with him. So that's why I was
yeah,
asking you and wondering if you guys got to that point when you guys work together. I guess because it's not the typical thing that you always do, then it's special and you get to enjoy sharing the stage and the spotlight together, right?
yeah. It's hard. It's hard. I ask you like really because um I came to some situations where, for example, the host, pretty smart thing to do, will invite one of us, asking if the other one is coming and asking if they can meet the baby and everything. So it looked like this pure interest to like, okay, bring the family. And then we all show up, and I'm gonna tell you what happened. So I feel through the conversations before or prior that masterclass, I feel like if it's agent the one invited, I feel like the host expect for me to join at some point, and I came as a support, like what you're saying, exactly. And that I take my role, like I don't even dress, Zumba. I'm
Exactly.
going short in sandals,
You're the
I with
husband,
baby hands, yeah,
the
with
stroller.
a, with a stroller, yeah, yeah, I'm daddy. And no, I think like, well, will people will see me or expect that I will like jump on stage and surprise everybody? It's both masterclass, that from that end is hard. And because we also need to take care of the business aspect at the end. I think we can do it like purely for the joy of like if we have a song that people recognize that we do together. Of course I go, but not like I will not spend 15 minutes on stage either. Because um uh that's not
No,
we don't want to
and
be telling that to people.
this is very important that we're talking about this, and that hosts can understand that it's not that, oh, you're not paying me, you're paying her, then why should I jump on the stage? It's not that. It's simply that as a couple you need to have your own set of boundaries of how you
Yeah,
work together and how
yeah,
you feel supported by your partner. And I remember when I did the fitness concert with Beto, I was so excited because being in the fitness concert is very exciting. And when we finished the fitness concert, everybody went like congratulating him. Obviously, it was his big event and it was an amazing event. But
uh-huh.
I was like, it almost felt for me like, wow, like I don't even get from my partner, from him saying, congratulations, you did amazing, you looked amazing. Like I didn't get anything because obviously it was his event, right? So it's like, no, we need to establish some kind of rules for our relationship to work very well and for me to feel that I'm supported by you as my partner. So yeah, I could totally understand that even for her to
Yeah,
be on the stage teaching and looking at you in the back of the room with the baby as like, wow, my husband is here just being proud of me and supporting me, it
yeah,
makes you feel so loved and so validated by your partner, that is important for hosts to understand that it goes beyond the contract that
yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah,
signing.
yeah, 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 of course, of course, of course it does.
I have a question because I found
Yeah.
out that your background is being a biology teacher. That is your degree, biology?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I am a biology teacher for secondary.
Why did you decide that? How exciting.
Okay, so everything started as an astronaut,
Okay.
but in fifth grade, I realized mathematics were not my strong, and I already knew that NASA will require excellent mathematics skills. I was only like 10 years old, but I was like, no, mathematics is not. So let's think about it. What else? My mom worked for the Department of Education for so many years. She worked at this school in Puerto Rico that is a vocational school. So the kids from high school get the credits to go straight to college with those credits. Or they start working out a profession to graduate and already do like the minimal amount of credits later in college or junior college, wherever they decide to go. But it was like a high school slash junior college mix.
Okay.
So this school has a program for aviation, for mechanic in aviation. And I was so fascinated. I mean, like I tell you, I want to be a NASA. That since small, like I want to like go on space, and I fascinate me. So okay, the closer that I could go, I think is maybe require less mathematical skills. It could be an engineer for aviation. So I'm about to graduate, and my mom, it was very super disciplined person, like not disciplined, but strict. She was very strict about the amount of time that I would spend outside of the house and all that. For me to go to that college, I had to go from San Juan, where I live in the capital of Puerto Rico, to Mayagüez, which is all the point in the west. Okay, so I would have to live there in college. She didn't like the
Okay.
idea. And even when I was already 18, like I respect this woman so much that I will not dare to go against. I'm telling you this because I found out like in America it's another culture. It's like the kid have 18, it's like I'm living by, and you don't have no tell as a parent. But in Puerto Rico, even at 24, I still scared of that chancletazo, of that
Correct.
cocotazo, of
That's the
that small lady
Latin
because
way.
she's even like, yeah, 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 she's even smaller than me. So I will not dare her to say anything that goes against her will.
Did you
So
grow up
yeah,
with parents that were together or were they divorced?
only grandma. Grandma is mom for me.
So the woman you call mom is your grandmother,
Is grandma. Yes,
and
grandma.
you grew up with her since you were a baby?
Since day one out of the hospital. Yes. It was an agreement between my mom and her.
So your mom is her daughter.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
you
yeah.
also call your mom mom?
Mom by name. I call
Okay.
her Mommy Mari. So
And
I call her
how often
mom,
would you
but
see her?
she would come to Puerto Rico and visit and
Where
something
was she
about
living?
Dominican Republic, back and forward,
Okay.
or United States, back and forward. She was moving around. I think so. She had three older kids, and then by surprise, 4 years later, she had me, and she was not expecting
With the same dad or different dad?
with the same dad, with the same guy.
Okay.
And I was from another relationship. I think was not expected. I think it was a summer love. It was a summer love because I'm in March. So if you come back, it was a summer love. So yeah, I
So
came
it
out from
wasn't a
that and
serious relationship. Do you know your dad?
no,
Okay.
no, never. I know
Okay.
I will know my family, my sisters and brothers, but I never met the guy. He passed later, and maybe in the conversation we will get to this point that I will have to repeat that because that has to be a lot of how I am today with Kylo. You
I'm
know?
sure. And I
Yes.
have questions about that too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's gonna be full circle. I bet because I already see where how the conversation is flowing. I think we're gonna bring it back. But yes, you have to be a lot of how I behave now as a parent and how is that theory of you don't have to be like how people were with you, or you don't have to like repeat patterns of all behave. I think like you can grow up without father and be the best father that you can if you propose it. Yeah.
It can go either way, right? It can be like you
Yeah.
intentionally want to heal your own traumas or at least
Yeah.
make sure that your kid does not go through the same traumas. Or
Yeah.
it can be that
Definitely.
you're not aware of any of these and in autopilot, you just do what you saw as growing up, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you
That's
very
it.
intentionally want to do the opposite and want to heal all those
Of course. Of course.
generational
100%.
cycles. Amazing. So going back to your grandmother. So how old
Yeah.
is your there now?
Right now she's 80.
Okay.
She said that's why I was telling you she don't have the same strength to
Mhm.
like we can like just leave Kylo because Kylo is a little ball of fire. It's like climbing everything, in that age.
We were talking about the biology
Yeah, she was
choice. So because she was in the education system, she was very strict with your academics.
yes, yeah, yeah, she was. I always loved to dance. I started dancing very early, but she always was backing up the idea of having at least a bachelor degree. But I'm in love with the arts. And it started
So
very
why
early, but
did you choose biology instead of arts?
because last year in high school, when I went to take the test, and I go for the choice of my school, Mayagüez, the School of Engineering, will not allow you not to put them as one. It have to be your first choice. And I already have that with my mom that she's against me living there. So I go like, okay, what other things I love? So through dance, I already know that I love teaching. I start teaching very early dance classes. So I
How
know already
early?
that I'm a 14-year-old. It
Okay.
was my first dance class on a Saturday. I used to teach in a model agency on Saturdays at 1 p.m. and that
And
was my
how did
first job.
you learn how to dance?
I first I started in talent shows at school, dancing in every like Christmas event, in San Valentine event, in
But how did
the
you
day of the
learn it?
students.
Through the TV, videos, or who taught you?
Mommy cleaning the house every weekend, grabbing me, vamos a bailar, salsa. So a guy, I was doing a show in a school in salsa. Guys, forget what is what's happening. I took one girl and I start dancing salsa with her, improvising. He realized he's a director of this famous company there in Puerto Rico. His name is Pedro Aviles. Is the owner of GOP. This school is transcendent in Puerto Rico. It is like a huge school. So many people have learned from Pedro. And he was in the crowd. He saw me. So he came at the end and invited me to train. So I start training for first time 4 months, training with him. And the same year, I start teaching this model agency on Saturdays.
So your specialty as far as dancing was salsa. That's what you were
Was
teaching.
hip hop,
Okay.
funky. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what they will do in the company, and they will like take it and compete. That was their thing before. Now it's more show, but it
And
was
while you were
pure
going through
competition.
college, you were also working as a choreographer, teaching dance classes, or you had to pause the dancing career?
I tell you, um, I always get both. Always get both. I become so competitive. Pedro put a rule in the company that you cannot be in other place that it was not GOP. So I took because I teach and I have the in the school program. I was the choreographer. I decided to leave. I decided to leave the big company for me to keep my leader career, my choreography still going on. Because of that decision, I start growing to the point that then I become their competition. At younger age, I'm at my 18. I was the younger director of a company in Puerto Rico. I opened the first corporation at that age. So I become the youngest entrepreneur in San Juan.
If at 18 you were already creating your first business, I am assuming you were having this entrepreneur personality since you were little. Were you the
Yes.
kind of kid that was usually like selling things or working and making some money and like already kind of like business oriented since you were little?
So look, at 14, I started already making money on Saturdays. So you can imagine, I always loved the business. Like I say, I'm not the best in mathematics, but yes, I love to create. I love to create from scratch. I love to build up. I love to work
Create something and make a profit of it.
and make a profit of it. Yes.
So was it at 14 your first experience creating something and making a profit, or was it earlier than that?
No, 14. Before than that, I will have my mom. I think the closest to that, it will be like saving money. I was really good at that. Now, not that much, but I was. But no loving, no, not in the aspect of loving the money, but in the aspect of the things that you can do if you are like organized, if you are disciplined, if you are strategic. I think it was very early in on me.
Yes, I believe that, and it's a personality that we have. There's some people that are definitely said to be employees, to do a good job and to get paid for it and to be good managers. But there's some others of us, because I'm in your category, that since we were little, we started enjoying the, oh wow, so I can create this and people are actually interested in it and they pay for it. Like, it's that transaction. It's not the money, because we don't understand money when we're little, but it's the transaction, the creating a service and people being interested in it. Is like, it's fascinating, right?
It is. It was. I cannot explain it better. Yes, it's like that. You see it like fascinating. You see like I like this. Also, I have this. I have always have this. It was so easy for me to deal with adults. I
Because
I
of your
will
grandmother.
maybe
Maybe you
yes,
hang out with
yes,
adults around her.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So yes, I always have that. Always have that. So when he say you are here, only here and not everywhere, I was like, no, I'm leaving. And I think, and I'm grateful for everything that I learned there at GOP, but in their peak, they're like winning competition. I mean, I left the company like in their best year, but sometimes, sometimes are decisions that you don't see now, but somehow, some places, the universe, yes, God,
Yield your
the universe,
life, and that's why
yes,
you end up at a totally different place,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah. Now,
were you able to pay for your college with your business, or your grandmother did it, or you had a scholarship? How do you do it?
Puerto Rico is easier. The credits are not that
Okay.
bad. And even when the credits don't cover, we can apply for loan, but the loans, you don't need that much money because again, the credits are not that expensive like in United States. even Puerto Rico is part of the United States, but I think our programs are cheaper. Our credits are cheaper. So yeah, I finished paying my loans in 2018, but I cannot tell you that like it was a hazard. It was not that there are a couple of years that I stopped paying and I get behind. So
It wasn't the big debt that
no,
kids
no,
have to go through
yeah,
nowadays.
nowadays,
Okay,
yeah,
great.
yeah. So I did both, and I want to tell you something funny. And you say like we're gonna speak honest, and there's something about me. You're gonna keep asking me questions, but there's something about me. Unfortunately, when people hear sometimes like we speak about ourselves, there's a culture in the program that where we work of call out for ego, and I would like to clarify, and I had this conversation with so many people, like, that's not the same when you recognize your strengths and you know how good you are in certain things or how many struggles you have passed and now how you super all these other things and mention it, that is equal ego,
Uh-huh.
because so many people will hear and will might think ego. So I want to tell you something. I was so recognized at the moment that I arrived to college that I get to college and the dance team came to me and offered me to be the captain, to become their captain. But because of my name on the street, because I was like on a strike, like undefeated on the street, like competition, meaning talent shows.
Were they in need of a new coach, or they fired the other coach because they
They did
wanted you?
they didn't need it. The guy passed to sub captain, the guys that was the main guy, passed to be under me. But the level of respect that I already established as a dancer, as a choreographer.
Wow.
Again, this is a dance team which mainly compete when it's college compete to college, is mainly technique, is mainly like about high kicks and ballet and jazz skills. I don't know, but I'm so good to putting it together at that time, 18, 19 years old, that they are like, I mean, I'm flattered, of course. I mean, it's not me saying the opposite, not, but to that point, that was the young guy that I was, the young leader that I was, that people will trust. Hey, can you lead us, please? And I'm honored. I did it for like
Of
2 years,
course.
and then I had to
So
go down
did
a
you
little bit.
completely change the dance style, or you mix their high kicks with some hip hop?
I mix the high kicks. I incorporate the next college competition is when the first time they see in that competition they see salsa
The
done with the
dance
dance.
coach for the whole time that you were going through school, or only for a couple of
No,
years?
no, no, 2 years,
2 years. And then
two
you
years,
quit so that you could focus on studying, or
2 years because I also lead a dance company, so I it was a lot of my plate, and I like to do all, and I want to be the best in all,
which is
which is
very impressive because it is hard enough for us to know to learn how to say no to job opportunities. We end up having way too much on our plate, and then we're overwhelmed by we don't know what to do. We continue to do it at the cost of our own health or family or whatever it is that is paying
yeah.
the price in on the other side, because everything comes with a price. So for you to be so young and to be so certain on making decisions such as I leave this dance company, I go on my own, now it's time to stop being the coach, what do you think has helped you to be able to make such assertive decisions and be so certain since you were so young?
No, no. Look, at the moment, you don't see it because at the moment, that's a lot of drama. That's a lot of uncertainty. Actually, I would say the opposite. In that moment, later in years, you think about it and you think that was the right call. That was the right now. But in the moment, no, in the moment,
So in the moment, what was the motivation to make that decision to say that's it, I should quit right now?
through those years have been different things. I skip you one part also because while I'm going through college, I start working. I left the dance academy. I start working for boys and girls clubs. So it's like a YMCA, but for kids of low income. Like the kid doesn't pay nothing to be in the
So
program.
it's a
But
gym.
it's a gym. YMCA is the same. It's the same. YMCA, the basketball court, sport program, tutors for kids for help in school, computer room.
And what were you doing there? What was your job?
I was a sport technician. They had me like that in my years in college, and that was
What's that
my
supposed to mean? You do what?
I was still the dance teacher on Tuesday and Thursday, and I
Okay.
will be in charge of the dance team of that club. Monday, Wednesday, the days that I will not have rehearsals or practices, I will be in the room with the kids that play PlayStation or helping out the volleyball tournament. So a sport technician. I would take care of me and a couple of us would take care of that. They hire me because when I 17, I moved the group that I left the GOP, Pedro, I moved it. I want a dance room. We were practicing on the street. I want a dance room. So I went, Boys and Girls Club were not using their dance room. Wood floor, ballet bar,
So you
whole
worked
wall.
out your first business deal to get a location.
I did. I didn't ask for job. I asked for the space. Can I use the space? And they were chill. They were like, okay, let's do. But all participants need to like register because church work about members, no, the amount of kids that they can receive. So they report that to their sponsor, no, because it's all about sponsorship. So I start like that. In the first 3 months, I get there 80 kids, 80 new kids coming to the club for dance. So they proposed me to be, they have a program called Youth of the Year. They celebrate every year. This is 2005 of the year. And they come to me, the director come to me and told me like, because everything that you do it, look, you have this program for free. We want you to be our
You
Youth
were
of the
teaching
Year.
it for free to all of these kids?
That same year, yeah, that first year, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I live with my mom. It's first year of college. It was not that, I would not see no economic impact there. So I did it for pure love and because I want to compete. And the next year I get to be what I told you before, the first entrepreneur. I corporate the dance team. And I go to the competition that I met Pedro and now I am
Rivals.
director. So yeah, I'm mixing a little bit everything, all the whole spaghetti
Yes.
of different roles that I've been taking up.
Was
So
Pedro hurt when you left and he
no,
became a
no, no, no,
rival, or
no.
he was supportive?
Super mature guy, supportive. He's like dale con todo. Maybe in the inside, of course, he have this security too. When you are secure, like he have much way experience than me. Like why you gonna be insecure? Why you want to be making comments about this guy that confront your arm? I always say that he's my teacher. So it was not that I was going around in denial, like, look what I know, and now I'm your
Yeah.
competitor. That no, no, never, it never, our relationship never, thankfully, never like that. Today, friends, I go to Puerto Rico. I have take agent to his dance school in Puerto Rico in Guaynabo to take classes. We are like so cool, and
It
I
is
still
so
like,
true that competition comes from insecurities. If you're
yes,
not insecure, you know who you are, what kind of a professional you are, you support everybody else.
that's it.
So true.
You need to because in the moment people don't understand and I know people burn. Hey, I haven't feel the opposite too. I haven't feel like I've been supported with a person, but inside is like I would love that opportunity too. I think it's normal, but enjoy it because then I realize why, and then it come like a
Comes full
bigger
circle later
opportunity.
on.
Yeah, it come
Yes.
another opportunity that you can blast it up and or it suits you more. Sometimes we see people doing things or having opportunities, and we are like, I want to there, but good for Maria, good for Maria. But I would love to be for me. And then it comes one that is really suits you, and you see it, like it fits you like perfectly. You didn't understand that Maria has, it was for her, and maybe for you, you were gonna screw it because opportunities are like that. Opportunities I see it as a knife of double, como decimos en español, una navaja de doble filo,
A
a knife of
hundred percent.
an opportunity can boost your career. An opportunity, if it's not for you, and then you didn't know how to deal with it, opportunity can also like bring you down.
I get you
Your
100%
reputation, your
because it happened to me when Zumba launched the Rhythms 2 training, which was called Level 2 training. They asked me to be the one on the video. And I
in
was
in
going
the
through the phase of it, which was the second program after B1. So it was going to
yeah,
become
huge.
huge.
Yeah, yeah,
Back then, right at that moment, I was getting divorced. I was divorcing my son's dad. And I was going through such a hard time that I knew I was not going to be able to give my 100%. So I passed on that opportunity. And who do they ask? Gina Grant. And Gina was not Gina back then. But then Gina became Gina with that video. And I was like, no, I
the
passed on
opportunity that I
this.
left pass. Yeah,
Yeah. But then couple of years later, when Zumba decided to create Aqua Zumba, then I became the co-founder for the program. So this was, as you said, it fits me perfect.
yeah,
That
yeah, yeah,
was
yeah.
me. It's 100% me.
You
So
are our Sirenita. You are our
I
goddess
am,
of the sea.
yes. And I live it. It's
Yeah,
like I grew up in the water as
yeah,
a synchronized swimmer. It's who I am. I don't have to think so much about it. It's not hard for me to come up with this program and choreographies for it. So yes, 100%. But it was hard. And of course, I love Gina. To me, is my all-time goddess. I have
oh my God.
learned so much about dance, about presenting skills, about performing through her. So obviously, I was so happy that she did it, and that because she's Gina, of course. But at the same time,
Yeah,
I was like,
oh,
that could have
yeah.
been me.
That in the moment when you see the train passing in front of you, it could be that it was a possibility that it could have been your train. I think we all humans. I think we all feel like I should, yeah, that should be, it should be for
Yes.
me.
Yes.
It burned a little bit, but then you learn and you let it pass, and you know, like it's something coming, something is cooking for you, and you patient, you keep working at your pace. Yeah, I think it's the best. So I think Pedro Aviles, like seeing me like that at that age, he was like go dude, like go kill it, you know, go
And
kill it.
he
Now
must
he
be
know
so proud of you now.
he
I am
he
sure.
he.
So while you were about to finish your studies to become a biologist, did you have big goals with this career, or you always knew it was just going to be a bachelor's you will have, but your career was dance?
I saw later. I saw later. So I have to change the decision of my school. I stay close so I can still live with my mom. And I was like, okay, I love to teach. Let's teach. Two teachers in my high school inspire me a lot. The history teacher, Mr. Edwin, and the science teacher. And I love their style. Mr. Edwin is history guy. He believed in the independence of Puerto Rico. So he was like super sarcastic guy, serious, but like a joker. But you have to get those jokes because if not, they can offend you, you know, those kind of dry,
In few words, he will
deep.
not be allowed to teach like that anymore. Everybody gets offended
Yes,
now.
yes, yes, yeah, yeah. And but I think I get a little bit of him, and I get more a little bit of him because I love that dryness, and I love that
So you
comedian. Don't
copy that teaching style.
I a little bit, yes, a little bit, and
Okay.
then I have the science teacher. We have so dynamic, and it was the same teacher for me in high school in 10, 11, and 12. So I have the same science teacher. So it's the same on biology, on chemistry, and on physics. And in my last year, I'm like, this is what I want to be. I want to be a physics teacher for high school. This is what I want to be, Mr. Socorro. That's what I want to become. I want to be
But is
physics.
it because he made it fun?
He made it so dynamic. I found myself because I have this always create this creative mind, how to present the physics. I think you have to be a creative professor
Yes.
because
To
if
make it
not,
appealing?
it get
Yes.
boring, especially when you are working with these graphics that they're like the vectors, no, in the little square pages. It could be overwhelming for people, you know. It could, of course, because
For
it's
me,
another
I
type of
hated
mathematics.
school all my life. None of my teachers made it appealing for me. Never.
I want to
I
be that.
needed
I
to
want to
have
be the
Mr.
teacher.
Socorro.
I want to be, and that's what I want to be. I want to be the teacher that people will be like, man, now I love this. You know, man,
Yes.
thank you. I now I understand because I have an algebra one that I didn't touch nothing. I didn't understand nothing. He just turned his back and started writing, close the book and make us like solve the thing. And again, because I never was good in math. But physics get a little bit, but I don't know how. I understand more in the physics way. And again, the
Because of the
teacher
teacher.
probably, probably. And I couldn't not solve these problems in algebra. And I was like, no, I was totally inspired. So I went for it. The college that I went didn't have physics, but it have a biology program. So choose biology, I start biology, I finish biology. My mom worked in the Department of Education. I should not be saying that, but this is like 2007, doesn't matter. But because my mom worked, I she know the friend of the friend that work in the district, and I get first into the list to start working. So I found this school, the best high school in Puerto Rico. It's called the University High School. It's in Rio Piedras, and the grade that the kids finish here give them credit for college already because it's the University High School. It's the high
Okay.
school of the University of Puerto Rico.
And you taught in high school grade?
I taught in seven, which is
Seven.
in Puerto Rico, it's intermedia. It's still middle school.
For
Yeah.
how
And the
long were
position
you
what is
a biology teacher?
that's why I don't call myself biology teacher. This is why. I'll tell you why. I spent 6 months, the first semester. My mom was very disappointed. I was disappointed at me.
What do you mean? You were a teacher for only 6 months?
It was not experience. It was not what I imagined. Like I told you, I'm a very creative person. You are, so you will relate what I'm gonna say. Before we start a project, I think we all close our eyes and we visualize how it's gonna be, how you want it. And when you get there and it's not like that, I get frustrated and I mean, younger, even worse. Now I have fixed it or I have worked on it.
Yeah, because it could have been due to several reasons. Could be the age of the kids. Maybe you should try different ages, different grades. It could be the school, right?
The
But you
principal,
clearly understood that it was
I
the career as a whole, the being a biology
look,
teacher, what
look,
didn't work for you.
a couple of things. I have experience with parents. I have experience with the principal. I was getting tired of little things here and there.
What was the
And
most challenging part?
principal,
Okay.
because I think I was the younger of their teachers, and they were the people in the faculty would accept me, but it was like a extra hard to prove myself. Like maybe the principal have a friend that was trying out to be in the school maybe for years with more experience, and I came
And
into
you
the
were,
first,
yeah.
yeah, and I was moved to the front of the line. So
See,
I
everything comes with
understand.
a price. That was the
Yeah, I
price
understand.
to pay
Yes,
for being
yes,
pushed in by
yes.
influencers.
And I think, and probably was not my moment yet. Probably I had to wait my full year, like everybody else had to do my full year, and take keep learn a little more, keep going maybe to tutoring or keep being backing up other teachers. There's other programs for teachers that are starting. For example, there are kids now that they have some learning delay or they need help. Now they are assigned teachers to them and they are in the room with the helping the teacher. That is,
Yeah, the
there,
special
there was
education teachers.
wish I could go start that way so I get more related with the room, with the run. I know I went straight to the board. And I think yes, I think the level of the high school was um it was requiring also more from me, and I was a rookie. So there's a lot of questions still from me, you know? And I think they were already on this pace, that everybody's paddling, and I'm like, come to paddle slow because it's my first year, help me out, explain me this and that. So yes, I think experience
So you
with,
quit after 6 months.
yeah, it was a hurricane announced. It was a hurricane, and hurricane is coming Wednesday. So close. Okay. The hurricane took another path. It went south of Puerto Rico. There's no coming Thursday. We are opening classes again. I don't show up Thursday.
You went with the hurricane, taking another path.
I don't show up on Friday. On Friday, I'm feeling bad. I remember this feeling. I feel bad. I feel horrible. I have calls at 8 a.m. I feel bad. I'm not answering phone. Saturday, Sunday, I'm like, man, how I did that, man. And my mom is there, like, you have to go, you have to call, you have to this, you have to that. And I make her proud now. Her name too. Her name and the friend, the people in the district. Monday, I'm making an excuse. Like, I'm get super sick. I couldn't answer the phone, whatever. Monday, I didn't show up. I wake up, I dress, I didn't show up. No, I'm not proud. I'm not proud. I'm smiling and stuff. I'm not proud. I think I'm smiling because if I was a teacher, I would not be here. I will probably never met HM, never met any of you guys. It's no Kylo. So this was the way. Anyway, this was the way. But I
You
will tell
were
you why.
overwhelmed, and that's why you were like in panic attack and you didn't want to face it?
Yeah. One day I'm like this in the desk. All the students are they're taking a quiz, so everybody's quiet. And while I'm scanning the room, going around, I'm seeing the little bench on the top, the quietness, and I'm thinking, man, this is not for me. I don't want to be here 30 years of my life.
Oof.
And I'm sorry, teachers out there. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I love it. I choose this profession, but it is, I admire. I admire, respect teachers, man, because year after year they go there, they put their heart out, making us a better person for the future. And I don't think like that many of us ever go back to say, hey, thank you, look, hey, I'm running, look, I'm here now, and thank you for it's people that pass in front of you, and they keep going. That nobody come back say thank you for anything for the extra mile that you give, anything. So I think between all the little things that were happening and my thought of like, no, I want to go to see the world.
At the
All those
same
things.
time, it takes guts for you to be at such a young age, because I assume you were like what, 22, 23 back then?
23rd.
And to for you to after only 6 months realize this is not what I want to do with my life.
Before it's too late, no,
Dude,
before it was
that
more
is
late.
huge. Most people
Yeah.
just continue to go through that path because they think that's what they're supposed to be doing, forcing themselves to do it, and then straying away from the path that they could have taken. So that is huge.
Now everything full circle, but the experience leaving Pedro and things not going wrong, the experience of leaving Boys and Girls Club and things not going wrong, these things that just happened 6 years ago, 2 years ago, it's like, no, I have the caliber to turn around and start again. I
Mhm.
think I figured out very early too. I think I figured out very early, like I have this, I am a leader. I make it. Anything that I put my hand, I just gonna work hard, but I gonna make a goal. I want to make it through.
Which is amazing, Ronnie. I admire that. Like, I didn't know what to do with my life until I became a mother at 26, to be honest. My son gave purpose to my life. Before that, I did not have a clear vision of what I wanted to do with my life. Like, I was so lost. So, for you to be so young and to really know, okay, this was not the way, and rewind, let's go this other way. I have better chances in this other path. That is huge that you could see it so clear.
Now I'm gonna ask you a question. But you start something, or you starting somewhere, or you met someone. You get little signs, little backhead talk. I mean, I think I'm describing overthinking. Like maybe you don't overthink too much about things, because I think I'm not
I do.
overthinking sometimes. Yeah. So what I do is like I follow my overthought. I'm like, I don't like it. Bye. And I mean, this has a double side coin, okay? For some people, maybe that it's a quitter, it doesn't
Exactly.
hold
So that
pressure, it
requires
doesn't,
knowing yourself so well that you know what you need and what's the decision you need to
yeah,
make. For most
yeah,
people,
yeah.
you're more concerned about what others are going to think and how
Yeah, yeah.
disappointed some people are going to be on you. And I see it now in my son. My son is 20. So I see it like to be at that age and to know yourself so well that you can decide, no, this was not the thing. Now I tried this, maybe it doesn't work, but I'm trying. And then, but to continue to go through the trial and error without being afraid of failing again,
Ah,
it's
no, no, no,
amazing.
no, no, no.
So you had
Again,
it
it was a
easier
little
on you.
drama.
Of course.
Yeah, it was a little, everything, every change, every time dramatic in that moment, then you understand, and you learn from them. You learn. And I learned, I came moment, okay, what's next?
Perhaps your decision was also based in the fact that you enjoy being in physical activity rather than being in a room
I
teaching.
when I'm dancing, I already had the experience to go and represent Puerto Rico a couple of times in London, in New York, in Las Vegas. So travel, I was like, and I saw already like dancers doing it, teaching at that and this level, and I didn't see myself on their level doing it like that. But I think travel
You saw the
brings you like
potential of what
the
it could be.
potential. Yes. Yeah. So I imagine like this thing is like living out of that bad relationship. It's like, well, I have options, and this guy is not behaving that good. So why I'm here? And I don't know if I compare with something, no, that maybe it's not the best. But yes, I already see the options. I already, oh my God, traveling, dancing. That look, these people can do it. And that job that I had, not having the best experiences day by day. So of course, it's gonna be like easy to take a decision, a huge decision like that.
So what was the next step? You finished that. Hopefully, at some point, you showed up in face and said, "Thank you so much, but I don't want to be a teacher anymore." And then, what was the next step after that? What did you start doing with your life?
I'm ashamed to say it, but I didn't. I never showed my face ever
Oh my
again. I didn't talk to nobody. I just abandoned my role as a teacher.
You
Stood
simply
it.
ruined your mother's
I
name.
stood it. I stood it for nothing. So look at this. You won't believe it. And this is facts. This is out there.
Do it now. Maybe somebody from that school is gonna at some point listen to this podcast. Just
Look, Miss Gutierrez, principal. I'm sorry that I did that. It doesn't come because I laugh. I say I'm sorry and then I laugh. No, it will not come out natural. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all the kids. They probably adults now. I'm sorry with you guys because I think many of you really, really enjoy taking classes with me. And I really enjoy your company. It was nothing personal. It was not you guys. It was not of you. I was not mature. I was not in the right state of mind. And maybe now that you're an adult, maybe you will understand a little more. But as you see, it was not my place. And you probably got a better teacher than me, for sure, 100%. So yeah, I did it. Oh wow.
nice. And
Yeah.
they are really adults because this was 20 years ago,
Yeah.
19 years
They're
ago.
really, yeah.
Yes. So
We
they
were
are really at
watching
the age. They
Independence
are at
Day
the age
one.
that you were making this crazy decision. So now maybe they're like, okay, then it's not bad. I forgive myself for being irresponsible in this time in my life, but yes,
Yeah.
it was
Of
for a good
course.
reason.
Okay.
Awesome.
I
Okay, so
think
what was
yes.
the
I
next
think
step?
yes.
What did you decide to do after that?
You won't believe what I'm gonna tell you. The governor Luis Fortuño decided to create a law 7, where he gonna unemploy half of the government employment. So maybe I was gonna be fired anyway.
Okay.
So maybe I would not have survived law number 7. I left before, and this is 2011, and he give you two options before you leave. I'm gonna give you $5,000, a check of $5,000 for you to go and spend grocery shopping and for the next 2 months until you find another job. Or I'm gonna give you education. I'm gonna open private schools free for you, and I'm gonna teach you about business. So for business development, I'm gonna open a program called business development. They pay the teachers for that program. They put in different sectors and different towns of the island, and people can take the course, and they will help you to create your business plan that guarantees you at least that you could sit down with a bank and ask them and a loan of $20,000 to start your business.
Wow. And you did that?
I'm not in the program because I went he's not fired me. I went before, but people
There
took
goes
the
your
five.
chance.
Wait, not we're not finished yet. People took the $5,000. Everybody. So the school now are empty. People don't want to go to sit down to listen teacher. They're 40, they're 45, they're done with school. Who want to go back to school to teach this other person? Give me money, I need money. A lot of people take the $5,000 option. So they open the program for everybody who want to apply. A friend called me and say, let's join. I gonna pick you up every morning. We're gonna do that. After I was not doing, I get lazy. I was just like dancing. I was helping another of my friend choreographer in another town. No making money, the car, like bargaining for giving people rights to the rehearsal to get money for the gas. It was like a very down phase after I left school. I started the program, I finished the program, and I got this knowledge in business management. I got a little bit of marketing, I got a little bit of finances.
So how long did it take?
It's a month, only month. You only have to
Okay,
do hours.
perfect.
You only have
Okay.
to do a couple of hours, and they give you a certificate. But they stick with you one on one to development your first business plan. So
And you learned a lot?
I learned how to create a freaking business plan from zero, from scratch, and a lot about business, a lot of things about business, about studying the market, about it was you won't believe like how things align, and maybe a things that I did that it seems like a responsibility out of me, but it was not my place because who knows, maybe I'm gonna get fired anyway a year later
Yes.
or 2 years
So
later,
which business did you end up studying with
and
after
not
training yourself?
not particular. We all in the room
Okay.
had different goals. For example, I remember this guy wanted to have in a restaurant. I remember this other person wanted to have like this pastry, pastry. I having this other student a salon. I went when they asked me. I went for a dance school.
Of- mhm.
The problem is like when they study the market and the professionals in business, they know this. They know that there's a category that banks always trying to run away because when you present a bank, and now I'm talking about a business plan, not for everybody, but when you present to the bank a business plan out of a gym, dance school, things that are not necessarily in life. For example, the restaurant guy has better chance than me to get a loan from the bank because food is a necessity.
Not the primary necessities.
It's not a
It's
primary necessity. If I am I should say no homeowner, but the homehead, no como es que le dicen en inglés, I get
head of household.
head of household, and you get to cut finances because then the next couple of months they're gonna be rough economically. You're gonna cut the grocery shopping? No. You're gonna cut the cell phones? You're gonna cut the internet? You might need it for work, so you will not cut the internet. What you gonna cut? The gym membership because you don't go every day because you the
Of
gym
course.
membership you're gonna
Mhm.
cut it. You're gonna cut
Survival skills. Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna cut things that so the banks they years been working with this, so they know already businesses and proposals. So
So
you
you
have
didn't apply.
no,
No.
I left the United States. I finished in September. In November, I was on a plane to Florida,
Where in Florida?
Orlando.
Why Orlando?
My brother and sister from my mom live there, and my mom, my biological mom too. So
So you moved in with your mom?
no, I moved with them and I start spending time with each of them of my brothers and sisters. I have one brother, two sisters, and they already have family and everything. I was like a single guy with my luggage, and I've been like from house to house. Uh,
And you were a
but
stranger
I
to them because you didn't grow up together. So
kind of
you were just getting to
yes,
know them.
kind of. But I'm the younger, so they treat me as like need to take care of you and everything. They were brothers and sisters. They really were brothers and sisters. So even we don't have maybe that relationship in through growing in life, but they see me.
Are you still
They
close to
did
them?
see me. Yeah, of course. Yes. Yes. So they asked me. I went only for Christmas, but I get to spend the Christmas, and then I called my mom in Puerto Rico. I'm like, I'm staying with one luggage. That's how I arrived to America with one luggage for Christmas, only for staying for Christmas. And I stayed and I started in a sofa.
And
And
what
there's
was your first job
cause
in the United States?
I want to apply I want to go for the arts, Universal Studios. I couldn't at the first years because it was a lot of English. I didn't have English or not much. No, not at all, honestly. No, not, I could not speak, but I understand and I could read because of my previous experience traveling and the little classes here and there. So I couldn't understand it and read it, but speak it, it was
And at
very
this
bad.
point, you were how old?
I'm 24. 24, yes, 24 to 25. This studio owner was looking because I have met so many dancers in my career in Puerto Rico competing, and people already like live in Orlando. So I have this friend in Orlando. He want to organize a workshop with a choreographer called Rico Reyes from Los Angeles. He's Puerto Rican, but he lives in Los Angeles. This guy is like Lady Gaga dancer, Beyonce. He's un duro in choreography. He lives in LA. He want to bring it to do a workshop in Orlando. He had me to organize, so I'm there. I'm like taking money, putting people on leads, and that's what I'm doing. I'm not dancing around it. The owner of that studio that he's renting, the studio is a Zumba studio, and her male instructor that teach not Zumba, it teach Latin hip hop is flying, is leaving to Los Angeles, is moving, changing life. He's leaving them. And he have a established class there in that studio. Like people will go and make like it's like 100 something people in the studio dancing with him every time that he have a class.
Which kind of class?
It was dance fitness. It's super similar to Zumba, but with certain rhythms. It was Latin
Okay.
hip hop. So they asked my friend said like, no, I'm a jazz dancer. I'm not, but you see that guy? He's a hip hop background. I think he just arrived from Puerto Rico. I think he's the perfect guy for you. So we get introduced. She's from Puerto Rico too. She speaks Spanish. So I was cool. She invited me to a class and it was a Thursday class. I remember I go with my boots, with my big sweatpants, with my thing hanging like a dancer. I go with a flow dancer, big boots. And I open that door and I see everybody. It was, she have it like a club vibe, dark, a stage with strobe lights, music is loud, and it's like 100 people like dancing, running, screaming. First time I seen this because I saw Zumba in commercials. I saw Tenga Mambo, Gogarenga, Gogarenga. And the everything that I saw is like one of you guys, one of you ladies moving side to side and getting the abs twisting and dancer, we are like because it doesn't represent a challenge at that time for us, you know. So it's like no no no, and I didn't never see it as serious. You understand? I
Uh-huh.
was like, nah, that movie, no 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 no. So I thought that this was only about videos. It was like you buy DVDs and you do it in your home all night. It's the first time that I see the dynamic. I'm going in. It's the first time that I see a person on a stage doing a dance and a person on the floor copying it at the same time. I'm used to like, I break down the code for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see? Now you. Da, 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 da. Okay, question. Da, da, da. Okay, we stop and we that, we play, we stop. That's first time I see non-stop the person dancing and the person copying at the same time. I'm like, I'm surprised. At my 24, I'm something about dance that surprised me again. I'm like, and I thought I have seen everything. I'm like, what is that? Like, what is this? Finish the class, they come to me, they talk to me, they ask me if I could do that. And I'm like, okay, I learned. So I spent like 2 weeks with the guy. He trained me in Latin hip hop and I start. All the other instructors were Zumba instructors. For some reason, because my shows of music were more popular, I'm talking about 2012. Zumba haven't been working with too many artists yet, like recognized artists. So my genre of music is always more fun. It was a popular class in the studio over Zumba.
Uh-huh.
And so I always will get the majority of people because of the choice of music I think and the vibe and the party. I was getting I am a fast learner. I see you and I get a lot of things from you. You know, while you are doing your thing. I like that. I like to absorb like what I can use and even what I cannot use, I save it because you never know, later. Anyway, I accept and I stay and that's how I start. I don't know if you ever met John Gonzalez.
Claro,
You ever met John Gonzalez? He
claro.
was the instructor that was moving to LA. He was the instructor that I was subbing.
Ah, okay.
Same
But
with
he
his
was
job
not
in
teaching
Orlando. Uh-huh.
Zumba.
And no, he was a Zumba teacher, but he also had that class, and they
Okay.
make it popular in Orlando. He was popular in that studio. So I took his class and I took his students, everybody. I took his community. There's something about money that you start making money. We were talking this about when I was younger, but it's something about money. Like when you do money and when if you can get good at it, and it's not that you have to be in love with money. I'm not saying that. It's not that I'm a super materialistic person. That is normal. I think it's normal for us, maybe not for the rich, but for us the poor. We have enough money to afford a phone, a Galaxy. Now I have the Galaxy. I don't have the Cricket wireless one. I have now the Galaxy, and now I see money. Well, now I want the iPhone. There's something about money that is like that, no? Like if you when you know you can, let's make it. I think there's like this status thing, like I can do better, so let me surround myself of better things because I think those better things gonna help me out. For example, my brother-in-law, the husband of my sister, no zumba, no dancer at all. He's carpenter, Cuban guy. Hacer no dancing at all. Super macho, macho, macho. He, at the beginning, when I started these classes, I asked him to take. I didn't have sneakers, so I asked him to. What I knew was like, I had spent all the savings. I have 20 something bucks to spend on a shoes. I asked him to take me to Payless shoe store. And I'm gonna buy simple sneakers to start the classes, like John Levy. He no dancer, no dancer, no dancing. He super macho. He's a carpenter. He take your kitchen and he remodel it, you know. And he told me this, and I never forget about this. He told me, Sere, pero como unos zapatos de Payless. Are you gonna buy a shoes in Payless? You are the teacher, no? I'm like, yes. You are the person in front. Like, yes, yes, I wanna be the person leading the other. How the person in front gonna have the cheaper shoes? And he's not telling me like I have to be like being showing off. What he's telling me is, man, if you're gonna be in charge of something, like you have to be prepared with the best equipment because then that will allow you to be the best or to be at your best. So let's not mix that. When I talk about having the best things, it's because I think, like you're making it good. So, okay, I was making it good. I have HP. It's missing like three buttons. The laptop, it's missing like three buttons. Okay, so now I will save money. I will get a Mac because Mac I think is faster. It has better system. It will allow me to stop and pause music when I want. The other one has problem because it give me a little bit of electricity when I touch because
The static.
it's missing buttons, static because it's missing buttons. That's what I'm talking about, when I talk about like, let's get better
Yes,
things. So
I see your point, and sometimes we think we have to remain humble and not to continue to try to strive for more and achieve more
one thing,
materialistic
no,
gains.
another.
But at the same time, it is only when we invest in certain things that other doors open or that we end up establishing ourselves as a brand in a stronger way because now we appear in a different way, in a stronger or more professional way because we have access to the iPhone instead of just the old phone. Now the videos are better. Now you have better shoes. Now you look the part. You look like a choreographer, not just like somebody who just came to replace the other dude that was amazing. Is those little things that, yeah, sadly we don't want to be controlled by money,
No,
but
no, no,
at the
no.
same time,
And
when we're talking
yeah,
about creating our business and taking off with a career, then it's an investment.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. And you can see that. And I don't know if you will agree with me, but at the time for me, for example, at the time for me, and I'm gonna skip some time there, but I'm gonna go forward to when I really want to grow in Zumba. I want to say about investment. I find now like the best way that I could have do it, it was like if I start traveling, if I start going out of Orlando, and for that I will have to invest. I will have to fly. I will have to look like I'm living the life, traveling to London, traveling to Israel, traveling to this, traveling to that, to Spain, but not to show off the life, but to grow as an instructor and to learn about how others doing it, what it was my place to, what I can afford. But let me see first around. Let me go and see what is out there. It was not.
Yes.
I think that I my career is really like don't took off until I start traveling. And my first travel was nobody paying. It's like no fancy host. Take this money, come here. No, it was me
Yes.
saving
And in
some
particular
classes to.
in our Zumba career, you see that the people that has made it to the top are people that have had to invest a lot before getting there. It's not like, oh, all of the sudden, just based on my natural talent and I didn't have to do anything. So yeah, and that's one of the things that is sometimes hard to help people to understand when they become instructors at the B1 training, when we're teaching the B1 training in Zumba, because they think that because they're so talented and they already have certain career in dance or in fitness going on, that, oh no, it's not worth investing. And I'm always telling them, like, dude, not only you have to join the Zine membership, but you have to go to Zumba convention, you have to go to Zine academies, you have to go where the people that are important are, to learn from them, and also so that they start seeing your face. That's the only way. But like, Zumba is not going to come to your hometown and just discover you as the natural talent. Like, everything requires the investment. And yes, when you see people at the top, you don't realize sometimes, like Morgan Brown, who won the Next Rising Star a couple of years ago,
Mhm, mhm.
she had to apply several times for that contest. People think that it's like, yeah, one time and I made it.
When I
No,
hear
it's
it,
like several years that you have to go through that until finally you get discovered. And sometimes it's just like you didn't do a video that was good quality or quality enough for you to make an impression when you're applying for something, right? Yes, you may be an amazing instructor, but the video quality did not show it. So yeah, no, next reapply next year. So then maybe you make it, but it depends on how much money you're saving and you're investing in your own business so that you can continue to grow. But that also goes, if you already have the vision, goes back to what you said earlier.
you
When
have
we
to be hard
want,
head.
yes, you have to have a clear vision of what you want. If you don't know where you're going, then you don't even see the need to invest. Investing is a waste of money. I don't need to do that. Oh, everybody's doing it for social media. No, they do it because they clearly have a vision of where they want to go. And that's why
Yeah,
it is required
yeah.
to make some
And they're
kind of
following through.
investment.
Yes,
Correct.
yeah.
Okay, so how did you start teaching Zumba classes? You learned just by looking at the other Zumba instructors teaching, or you actually took a training first?
No, 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 no. I respect a lot. I respect like I always treat my work in dance that I respect the rhythms. I also
But
was
since
very
you were a dancer and you just by scanning people's movement, you learn, you absorb. I also learned like that, like visual. I don't need to dance. I'm just
I
looking and I'm like scanning.
because I work with artists too. I decipher the formula without nobody have to explain it to me. Because for example, in when this is gonna hear fun, no, for especially for the dancers out there. When the artist pays cheap or doesn't pay, and you just do the show because it's cool for you too to be go with the artist. We don't spend time choreographing a full song for them. What I was doing, it was like the chorus is the same part choreography, then the verse is the same part. Then I will go out, will come the girls. The girls gonna do the bridge and then the little chorus and da 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 da. And then we're gonna go back. Everybody gonna join. And we're gonna repeat. We're gonna repeat the chorus, the verse. So this within the same technique, I was seeing like, oh, that's tumba. It's like I'm choreographing for a cheap artist, a cheap reggaeton artist. I just have to repeat the chorus. I have to repeat the verse. I have to repeat the bridge, and that's it.
Ah, this is amazing. But it totally makes sense because that's how Beto started. He was a choreographer for artists.
I think, of course, he all that knowledge and experience. Of course, yes. I
It
bet,
makes sense.
I bet. But as funny as it sounds, I found out like it's that part is like that. But then later, I found like now I get licensed in November, so I start in Ferrari. Like I say, money make you want a little more money because now you could get better on at this.
But
You can
wait,
invest
wait.
more.
How did you pay for the shoes and did you buy them in Payless?
No, I didn't. I stopped that idea. Came what the ones that I had that I bring from Puerto Rico. They were like killing. They have a hole in the back. Uh, I
Tennis
kept using
shoes or your boots?
tennis shoes.
Okay.
The boots were very uncomfortable to the Zumba because of the pivoting.
Okay.
Yeah. So I kept using the ones that I had. Later, I met Ross. We don't have Ross in Puerto Rico. I met Ross. You know Ross? I met Ross.
I thought you were
Ross?
talking about a person for a
No,
second.
no. I met
That is
Ross
the
and
store
Marshall. I met Ross. Ross have good Adidas, good Nike, but
for a cheaper price.
but $30 my budget at that time.
Perfect.
I met Ross and life changed
Perfect. So you had been teaching John's class for a few months
for a few
before
months.
you
Yeah.
became an instructor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw the instructor. I come the summer. I saw the instructor going to the convention. I'm like, oh, that year, 2012. And I'm gonna say this, but I don't know how many people gonna get mad at this. But 2012, I think people paid $30 and can go to the party. You remember?
Yes.
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 So a friend invited me, put me as a guest, and I paid $30. I could go to the party,
To the theme party.
to the team party only, only
Yes.
the team party. 2012. I went. I saw all of them. They were like dressing costume. The whole studio were like shooting costume that night and dressing. I was like in shorts and stuff. I thought they were gonna be dancing Zumba, but it was an actual party. People still dancing Zumba the whole night, but I thought it was like something
Yes.
official, something somebody dancing. It was not. It was a regular party, and I saw what it was. So that summer I was like, oh shit, it's cool, and I cannot make more money in this studio. I cannot make. I already teach. Tuesday, Wednesday. She opened a class on Friday, 5 p.m., early class in the afternoon. I took it. She gave me class on Saturday, 2 classes. She asked me if I want to teach hip hop class for kids at 1 p.m. So I teach at 12 Latin hip hop, at 1 p.m. hip hop for kids. And then next week I keep going. I already did the other time slot in the studio are with instructor. 14 Zoom instructor teaching at that studio. I do all the stuff for everybody. Sub, I do it. Sub, I spend my whole afternoon in that
How
studio
much
every
money
day.
were you getting paid per class?
I start at 27, but after I passed the 20 people, it went up $5. And I passed 10 people more, it went up $5 more, like that.
Okay.
So I will be hooked. I will be hooked to like teach and be on social media, on Facebook, promoting that I'm gonna teach, so people will come and make money, saving. Like I remember, like
So
having a
you
stack of cash.
started social media as soon as it started. With Facebook, when it took off, you
Facebook,
were already there.
Facebook, yes, Facebook,
Okay.
Facebook, and the whole niche were found there. Because then the studio already have their strong Facebook account. I just joined, and people just get to see me and join the class, and I got them. It was weird rules at that time. It was very respecting other people that were before me, of course, but times have changed. But at that time, a little more jealous instructor about students. Instructor will not permit their students to join or go into other studios activities or events. Every
Yes.
time though, I was like sitting watching everything and the discussions and how they
The
perra and talk
drama,
to
the
each other,
competition.
the competition. Yeah, many times. Those
Yes, they
2012,
were
2013,
very
2014.
protective of their own
Yeah,
communities. They were like, this
yeah,
is
yeah. So
my community. I created it. Belongs to me.
they take me back to the same rule as Pedro when I was 14. You cannot join on the, and he tell me you cannot be and I'm like, but I only here make this amount of money and I'm here every day. This is the whole money that I can do. Then in a couple of months, the rent, because I get to rent my first apartment like that, working there. So and now I'm
Yay.
living by
First
myself, my first
milestone.
apartment.
You're on your own.
Yes, no car yet, but I have a place
Sleeping on
and
the
I
floor.
keep it's a walk distance. Yes, literally yes. A little mattress in a floor, and I can walk to the studio, very close to the studio. I choose it. $600 a month I pay, and then water include. I just have to make sure the electricity don't go crazy.
And you're now 25.
Yeah, 25. Eh? Uh, I'm like,
So there
I
comes
cannot
another
go
big decision. You had to quit working for that studio so that you could branch out.
either that, but I love it so much, or become a booty shaker.
Join the crowd.
Enjoying the thing that I was laughing years ago in the commercial. Enjoy Zumba. But I dramatized it like that in the beginning, that I was laughing at it, that I was mocking at it, that I didn't like it at all. Because look, the flip. Now it's
That's
like
the reality when we
full on.
have professional dancers or choreographers or people that are professional in fitness joining Zumba at the beginning. Obviously, they saw it as it's not good enough. It's the normal thing.
That was me. That was me.
So, if you became a Zumba instructor, you would be allowed to teach Zumba in other places while continuing to teach your dance class in this studio? Or is because
No,
you wanted to add Zumba classes to the same studio?
I want to add Zumba classes now to the same studio, do the sub there.
Okay.
And she did allow me to to work LA Fitness. I think that she saw my hunger.
She did allow me. She seemed to be
Yes,
your.
the man. Yes, I felt like that. This
Are you
person
still in
opened the
touch
door.
with her?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have so much respect.
She still has
Gave
the
me
studio?
no, no, fortunately no. Fortunately, no, no, no. And she changed profession too. She's doing marketing in another state, in United States, but in another state at North. Um, but very loyal, very, very. You honor me with something, with job, with I am like for you. You know, people will love to take class with me, and I freaking love it too. I love that people will come. But now I'm in a tour in a gyms around. So what that means, new members will come because they will come. Where else you teach? Where else you teach? I'm like, well, I teach at Rhythm X. Come. So they will come on. They will take my class in the morning 8:30, but they will come Tuesday at 7 to Rhythm
So
X
she
and
started
pay.
benefiting from having
Yeah,
you
of
as a
course.
star.
It's also. I think it was beneficiary for everybody. And the more people I bring, my rate go up in Rhythm X. Oh yes, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Yes,
So you started teaching Zumba classes immediately after the B1 training.
right away. Right away, because I
Okay.
already, it's almost like a year taking Zumba classes
I,
from others.
but here's the question. Did you start using the Zine choreographies or your own choreographies to teach your class?
My in my first Zumba class, I have like two sync choreographies. The
Okay.
rest, balloon.
Okay.
And I will blend some of the Latin hip hop class one because they were like already like the favorite one for the students. So like yes, and they fit because in Latin hip hop I will use reggaeton. I will still use those high merengues, those fulanito songs. Okay,
The
okay,
best.
fulanito, and so they blend in both formats.
So the following year for Zumba convention, you attended the convention?
I went, and
And that's when you started dancing with Betsy?
no, Janice Robert.
Okay.
Janice Robert, she went do a Zumba toning training in that studio, invite instructors. I show up that morning. So she asked me if I could do a merengue song. And I'm like, but I don't know toning. She's like, no, no, no. I want you to be no toning song. So in toning, in the toning training is you still show a tone that is not. So she wanted me to do, and I did a merengue. I did a merengue of VIP.
So that was your debut at Zumba convention
And she saw me, no in convention, in her
at
training
the training.
in
Okay.
Orlando. And she's like, dude, you coming to convention? I was like, no, I don't have money. Like, yes, you coming to convention. My first convention,
She got you in.
she gave me a bracelet of VIP as an assistant, and I get to dance with her. But then I went to everybody's class. Oh my God, I was like a kid running around, joining everyone. Like those classes, like I was like eager to take Reggaeton Rebellion. I went everywhere. Armando in Haiti. When I met Armando, then we talk about Eric being a male instructor, but when I see Armando, and not taking out of Eric, no, I'm not taking
Of
out of
course,
Eric,
of
just,
course.
but I think Armando's more my feeling when I see
Your style.
my God, when I get to see Armando, like, yes, that's what I want to be, this
So
person.
that was the one presenter that impressed you the most or inspired you
Uh,
the most?
at that time, and of course, we always see Beto, and I think we sometimes don't put Beto on those lists of people that
Yeah,
inspire,
he's
but
not in that category. He is Beto, that's it. He's
yeah,
higher.
he's Beto, that's it.
Yes.
But I still put in it because I know his background, because I know where he's come from, and in the dance part, I still see in it as a motivation. Another person is Prince. At that time, I'm seeing Prince, and I'm like, and I get
That
to
is
talk to
my
him.
all-time performer. I was asked that question a month ago in Bulgaria. What is the one presenter, says Jammer, whoever it is, that I wish I could dance like? And it's like Prince. Hats off.
Yeah,
He's such
yeah,
an amazing performer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he know his body, he know his strength, and he know how to exploit it. But most importantly, he know how to combine it to teach those those things that he could be warning us and just making us stop and applaud, which is the default of a couple of new instructors that they just wow us and that's it. But it's like how you use those and you make me do what you can do and you make me feel like you. You make me feel like I'm just doing it like you. Even when I look in the mirror, I don't look like you. But at least
Yes,
right now in this
but it
moment,
feels like yes.
you are making me feel right now like this. That's special. That thing is special. That's
Mhm.
special. That's a couple of people, yes,
I
only
agree.
know.
So when did you come in this partnership with Betsy?
I think now because I get to visit when it was B2 studio.
Okay.
When they have the B2 studio, I get to visit. I think the same. You say something earlier. It's like I cannot agree more. Like you have to show up. You don't have to show up, but you have to show up. You have to be in the places where this instructor with trajectory, with these well-known instructors are, because again, it's not to show off, but you want to know how they do it live. It's different seeing from Instagram, from 30-second reel, to see the energy. How there's not there's teaching and there's delivering, and
Okay, so you just told me that you attended a class at B2 Studio, which was the studio that used to be owned by Beto and Betsy, and
Right.
that it reminded you of what I said that you have to be at the right place at the right time, pretty much. Not to show off, but to be in the scene and absorbing from the best, right? So
Yeah.
who are you referring exactly about? Is it Beto and Betsy, or who else did you get to meet and learn from?
There was there was them. There was Diana Veda, which I personally also I get to grow this admiration. After I met her, her background and everything, where she comes. It is one of these person that I always was like, I want that job. I want to be a better right hand in choreography. Yeah. Be there. Is I think not thinking about the amount of money that she made or not thinking about that, but the chance of work hand to hand in such of the most important creative process period that will happen in the company. You will always have like an opinion to make, and you can participate on that creative process. It's a dream for any creator or for any
And that's what most people don't get to realize. They think it's about the experience of being on the stage dancing with somebody popular or recognized or Beto himself. But it's more, or at least for me, it's more about being able to learn the behind the scenes, how to put all of this together, how it starts with an idea and how it becomes this dream and this amazing production. And for me, it was like seeing Beto in action, putting it from scratch and like directing everybody, making everything happen so perfect. That's what made me grow the most as a professional. The dance part is like a separate category,
yeah.
right? Yes, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's amazing to get to absorb all of this.
It's a whole. It's a whole because when you see the process, you realize, oh, I'm part of something like bigger. It's not only like the dance or how fun it is, whatever. But it's all this, and now you understand better uh, how important it is for so many people. Yeah.
And you can replicate that on your own later on with your own classes, your own productions, how to lead people, how to organize shows while
Learn from,
making
of
people
course.
feel special, everybody being a part and having ownership of this event. Yeah, it's so many things that you learn.
Good learners, good learners. I think
Correct.
people having the
Sleeping it
opportunity,
through.
and I go, yes, and then I go, and everybody go home, and you're like, where is this person anymore? Because I think maybe they're not prioritized, or maybe it's not their ultimate goal. But sometimes I ask, like, what you doing with your life, man? Like, you have all this knowledge now. Take, like, use it.
It's like
Good
la
learners.
parábola de los talentos
They
en la Biblia. You're given some talents. So what are you doing with these talents? Did you put them to use, or did you just bury it, not to lose it, but didn't do anything, or never used it, right? Yes. Yeah, everybody
so yeah,
uses it in a different way.
yeah.
So then you became a jammer first, or you became a zine present, a zine.
No, I would not call myself as income presenter. No, no, no. I assist in that class next year. And that year, I see what the Zumba Jam program was. So the first year that I get in professional member, I
Because
get to
that
see
was the
now.
the fitness concert that Beto did with the jammers, right? In 2013?
No,
No?
no, 362. No. With the German was the year before, the year
Okay.
that you can pay to
20.
the team party. I didn't see that. I didn't see that one. No. I have seen videos and clips
Okay.
of that year, but I seen because Johnny will pick up a group of bunch, and there will be everybody. There will be CSS, jammers, team members. There will be it was very diverse group. And I remember it says Natalia Ferreira telling me, like, dude, like, I have no doubt that, like, in a year or two, I will see you as a jammer. And I think those words, like, pumped me up. I was like, what is a jammer? And then they explained me, and I'm like, oh, yes, a choreographer. Yes, it's a Zumba choreographer. You do choreographies. You live out of it. I'm like, that's what I do. That's what I have done my whole life. That's what, that's what I kept to do here.
So you
And
applied and you got
I applied.
selected?
I applied. I learned first. I learned something what required, and was missing a couple of things. So I went and done it, like certificate. I went and done CPR. I was a algarete. I was no CPR. I was teaching someone, but not knowing how to, like, assist someone in the case of an emergency.
Funny to hear you saying this, right? But we get to there a little bit later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yes, I get all my certificates, all the things that they requiring, and I made the application. It was cool because they was opening the rhythm program
Can you
to
remind
the
me what are
rhythms.
the requirements to become a jammer so that
So you
other
have
people
to
can hear it?
be you have to be at least teaching 1 year. I don't years of this, maybe more things or maybe less things, but a year teaching, a year being a team member, full year being a team member. You have to have AFA certificate, which is
Group fitness
Aerobics and Fitness American
certification.
Association certificate,
Mhm.
the Group Fitness certification. Yeah. Which personally, I think we all should have it, but that's very own opinion, and people will not agree on this or whatever. My opinion, I think we all should have it because later, no, because when I get to the process and learn what it's about, I think it's help us a lot as a sumo instructor what is discussed there. So yeah, I think everybody should have it. Okay, no promotion for AFA. AFA doesn't pay me nothing. And by the way, CPR, AED, first aid, and the full package. Not only because now you can take it separately, the full package of CPR. You have
The
to
rhythms to
send
training, right? You have to have taken rhythms too, or pro skills, or both.
when you are you are for a choreo jammer, you have to have knowledge on both. You have to know every single chord step from A to C and B1 and rhythm two
Okay.
train and rhythm correct. At that time, I they were looking for reggaeton, so I only have to do reggaeton.
You
I did it
initiated
for
as a jammer, only reggaeton jammer.
the reggaeton jammer, yeah,
For how
yeah,
long
and that was
did you do only that before you became choreo jammer?
a year and a half or two
Okay.
years. And the same, and for to like start again, not having the certificate and stuff because I already have it, but I had to show my knowledge on core steps. That I know all the core steps that Zumba have created on rhythms from basic
So
one
you
and
had
rhythms
to
from rhythm two.
reapply when you wanted to become a choreo jammer. You reapplied. You went through the whole process again. It's not like it was given
Yeah.
to you because you were already a recognized jammer.
No, and let me accent that. Not because I have problem. I never have problem. My Zumba career has been very public, so everybody have seen when I apply, when I audition, when I show my accomplishment. I go like, hey, I'm so happy because I accomplished it. So it's very, but new generation, newer generation people. Uh, Sometimes, like I can answer you the question when you come to my DM and ask me how I can be a jammer. Uh, it's hard to answer that question because
Because
I, I feel something that I come with wrong intention from the individual, and I'm not trying to talk bad about anybody, but a jammer for me is a community leader, and that's not a brainer. So, mira, Maria, the success that I have as a jammer, I didn't work on that success being a jammer. I worked before, and then my community say that I should be a jammer. I didn't self-proclaim or I didn't look for the title. I was in my community. It felt like I was the guy. He is the choice. You knew that because, and Armando talk about this. Armando say like, when it's your moment to make up to something, and when it's your moment to like be in front or to shine in something, you know it because it's like everybody around you empower who you are, and they lift it up without you need to like showing up to be ready to be the leader. No, your whole community will take you and elevate you. And I believe that's true. I believe that's true.
But
It's
also, I
hard for the
believe that there are different paths and different kinds of jammers. You are one jammer that, besides being an excellent jammer, you are an excellent community leader. There are other jammers that are great choreographers, but you cannot teach them how to be a leader.
and I think it's become harder. It's become hard if you don't win your community first.
That's where I'm going. So the quality of the session may be amazing because they are very talented as
Yeah.
choreographers, but they never grow as big as they see other jammers growing because they lack the leadership skills or the entrepreneurial skills. Because let's face it, for you to be a leader, you need to have the skills of an entrepreneur. You need to know how to speak to people, how to promote yourself, your business, how to be the center of the network, helping other people to connect with each other. It's like many other things that are business skills that many choreographers lack. Therefore, their jammer career doesn't take off as big as others that we see. So that's why I said, oh, so you first became a reggaeton jammer and you had to reapply to be a choreo jammer. It wasn't handed out to you, because sometimes we tend to think, oh, well, it's handed to them because blah, blah, blah. They appear, they have more exposure or whatever. But it's not that. It's like what in your case is what you said. You came in with these skills that you had built since you were 14 years old. So obviously everything took off in a bigger way for you because you were just using all your skills. But
Yeah,
it
exactly.
doesn't mean that that a new jammer that is an excellent choreographer cannot learn it. They can also like be in the process if they are young. They're looking up to jammers that know how to do it and then following the trail to success and eventually little by little get there, right? So it's
Oh
a good
yeah, no,
distinction.
definitely.
But
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
definitely
yeah.
need to balance it or complement it with the business skills, because if you're not a business person, your business as a jammer is just not never gonna grow as big as it could potentially be. You cannot
The
rely on the
title
host doing all the job for you.
and the title don't bring you the success you expect, because you see these people with the title in same volumes. Doesn't mean you're gonna have the title and be on a symbolium. It doesn't go attached. And this is what I tell you that I felt like sometimes the questions come out of what you like. What is do that you like so much that you want to become, you
Me.
want to do what I do. There's a quote that established, I like it. I cannot say it word by word, but I'm gonna tell you what it meant, at least for me. People love love to have your life. People love to be who you are, but they don't like to go through the process. They don't. You explain them how is the process. They are like, no, not that. I want your part, the part that you are playing every weekend. I want your part that you are like uh, uh, by hundreds every weekend. When you stand in a stage, that part pretty, but get to that part is is hard. Is a lot of man. It loving something so much and you're doing it for your love. No one thing that, not necessarily one thing, or being hungry for famous or for celebrity level for that. It's just like if you love enough. You know, it shows, and people smell it. That, oh my God, this person is so passionate. This person is so. I love how what she give me, because it's feel right. Other than I want to be assessed, because I see other assessed as traveling, drinking mimosa, all together, vacations. It's very, 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 very different.
Yes, and
Doesn't go one
for the
other.
first few years of my career being a ZES, every time somebody asked me at a B1 training, how do I become a ZES? And they're just getting the B1 license and they're already asking how to become a ZES. It used to like hit me a little hard, like, really? Like, you haven't even started and you're already thinking you can do
Yeah,
my job.
go.
But then I understood years later that when you're so good at what you do, you make it look so easy that anyone, you
Ah,
allow people to dream, like, wow, she's a normal person and she can do this, then I can do this. So it's like we're making this happen, this reaction happen, because we make it look effortless. So at the
yeah,
same time,
yeah,
we
yeah.
cannot get like upset when we get asked that question. So then I switched it up, I
Oh,
switched my meaning, and then I now I find it beautiful, and I tell them, yes, you should have a big vision of what you want from the very beginning. Not that you're going to think you're going to get there right now, but if you have that vision, then all of the decisions you're going to take in your Zumba career are going to be towards that, are going to lead you that way, because
And
that's the
every
ultimate goal for
girl,
you. Therefore, you're going to make the right decisions because you want to get there. You are going to go to trainings, you're going to go to the right places at the right time, continue to grow. And that's what's going to take you there. But I understand that I made it look so easy that I inspire you to want to have my job, which is
agreed,
beautiful, right?
agreed,
So
100%, yes.
so you were a jammer for a year first before you started presenting at Zumba convention?
Yes, 2 years. 2 years
Okay.
being a jammer,
And the first
uh,
session that you
and
presented at convention was what?
Puerto Rican flow.
To do your first video for Zumba.
Same year, 2016,
And who did they
it was
partner you with?
no, by myself. That was cool because I one of the few that have featured Zumba on YouTube. It was my debut camera for Zumba campaign, a campaign. It was a
Okay.
campaign for show of business. It was
Okay.
it was for Zumba, and it was the song was spread love.
One
And
song?
I get one song. It's on YouTube right now. It's
Okay.
Spread Love by Zoom featuring Rony Gratereaut. So it's
Okay.
one of the few instructors that have a feature like the name with Zumba on the side, on YouTube, which is like great because it has always been Beto Marionette, Beto Portuñol, Beto, and I get to do that. I was a kid, it was so cool for me. And it was for kids. It was for a program that I was just got licensed at that time, and I love it. I really love it. It was a
And
hip hop
after that,
choreo.
what was the next video project that you were invited to?
So after that, 10 years was a Symbolium. It was Thing 68.
60 whom?
Me and Mauricio Camargo.
So your first experience was with Mauricio, and then you guys did it again together years later.
97, yeah. Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, we was
how many sim volumes have you been invited to do?
as right now seven. We were talking about that early. I was invited to 110. Maybe you know his name. But okay, I started. No, but I was invited to 210. I planned Asian in Hawaii with my family for 2 years. Like we were saving money, like literally in a bottle, in a crystal bottle. We were saving money for this, and then Kylo was not at the time that we start saving, but we wanted so bad and we make it happen this year. It was an opportunity. So we went to the trip to Hawaii, but the volume required that I to be back certain day to start recording Sing 110. And I couldn't and even the space was open. Like, okay, like we're gonna give you till tomorrow. Let's see if you want to change your flight. But no, I have learned also like there's certain priorities. No, after you keep growing up, there's certain priorities. I was like, no, fuck it. And this is like one in a lifetime experience. We're gonna go to Hawaii all together. So I'm gonna have that. I
Does
say
it
no, but in
happen
a
to
way that
you that when you say no to an opportunity, you're afraid that the opportunity is not going to come back? Because that's usually
before
what crosses our head.
Before, yes. Now, no. Because from the change to my dance career to Zumba, but me being the new Zumba, yes, I need to take care. I felt that I need to like say yes for everything. And then I realized like it's opposite. Because again, you remember we talk about not everything suit you. So sometimes I put myself in opportunities, but like they will not look good on me. I'm gonna give you one.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna mention it because they know how much I hate it. So this is not a secret. I don't like. They will not call me ever again, but they haven't called me too much anyway. But it's okay. It's okay. Boom. Where I don't like the shootings. I don't like modeling. Like, it's not me. I don't see myself modeling. I have a problem with every photographer. I smile and I close my eyes. So everybody's telling me like, open your eyes, open your eyes. I'm like, my eyes are open. So now I look like this. So I have to smile and open my eyes. It doesn't hurt me. I feel super comfortable. So I feel every time that the product come, this is how I feel. Maybe I'm grown. This is how I feel. My photos are the less you. You go back to the catalog and see when I am in a
Yeah,
film.
as you
It's
were
like the less.
talking, I was trying to remember ever seeing you in a Zumba Wear collection, and I don't even remember it.
But because I think the energy that I carry it translates, so not many pictures are,
You
how do you
want to
say,
be
useless.
invisible.
No, 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 I'm not even trying. I'm like fully on honest. I'm like uncomfortable, like, but what else? Like this, okay, like this, okay. In exchange, my wife is a pro.
Yes.
God. Seeing
She's a
her,
natural.
is she just stand there and laugh and do this, and that's the picture, that's the cover of the website. That's the
Yes.
banner in the convention. I think we all feel confident and different things. I don't think modeling is my thing. I feel so comfortable. I don't. If I get in trouble for saying this, it's okay because I don't want to.
So I know the honest question. How important is it for you to have chemistry with the person that they partnered you with for a Zim volume? Is it key to the success of the volume or not? Because you choreograph your songs and that person choreograph their songs and you guys just like co-teach. Like how important is the chemistry between the two?
50%.
Really?
Yes, yes. I like we have the chance now to arrive early. For example, last one, Carlos, I never get to share with him much. So I went into a campaign of like, let's have fun together. We arrived Sunday, so let's go dinner together. Let's chat. We talk not about Zumba. We talk everything personal question. He told me about his life. I told him about mine. I think it's important. Mauricio's easier.
I was gonna say because that's exactly how I wanted to start it. I noticed your yeah the chemistry differently with you and Mauricio and with you and others. When you're with Mauricio, I look at you guys and I'm like, these guys must have worked together a lot because like the two of you like propel each other. It's like we
Yeah.
get to see the best of both without competing with each other. You guys are just like merging. It's beautiful to see you working with Mauricio.
I'm gonna say something that I don't say public, but I think this conversation this and now from now on people are gonna know, and I think you're gonna know too because I never put it like this. Mauricio is Batman and I'm Joker. It's
Dude,
like
I thought you were gonna say I'm Superman. What's the joke here?
no, no, I'm the
What
Joker.
do you
I like
mean?
more the Joker. It's more interesting. There's this movie Lego, the Lego movie.
Yes,
And the whole drama is this. It's like there's no good protagonist. There's no good protagonist in life. There's no good
without the
hero,
antagonist.
superhero without a good antagonist, without a good villain.
Hmm.
If the villain is soft, the hero never get to become the hero. So it's not like that in Humanoid. It's not that he's doing
No,
good
but
and
I
doing
get it. Yes,
but
because I see the
but
best of both of you.
we could be the worst competition of each other right now. It could be on a vendetta against me. I could be like, yeah, da, da. You could be like having his community against my community. We could be that, but we are not. I think we are of each other. I think I know his strength and I let him shine, and then he knows mine and he let me shine. And what we did in C97, it was beautiful. Is what I propose everybody to do from then. Every time that I have an opportunity, I propose to do the same.
Which is what?
C97 so C97 is not our sim volume. C97 is another two presenters sim volume, but closer to the recording day, closer like the recording day is Wednesday, closer like Friday, they get COVID test positive. They cannot travel. So we get a call and I get a call and it was Mauricio. Okay guys, this is what's happening. Could you guys jump in, have the day available because it was in the week. It's not a weekend. The recordings are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We get there. We decide not to use the word the presenter because these presenters already have been the music for 2 months. So they already have choreos. We decide not to use their choreos. We said we're gonna start over. And we met on Sunday night, Monday, and instead of split the song, you asked this early, but you mentioned it instead of split the song. This is seriously, honestly, Maria. We sit down in the gym in the hotel, and this is the conversation. Like, dude, like let's do everything together. And when you see me cheating, meaning like doing like a bad word or repeating something or doing something monotonous, going back to or being lazy, push me, tell me honest truth. No, not many people not many people will have the guts to get criticism, or constructive criticism. But we talk to each other. And if I see you cheating, I tell you. No. If you see me, okay, so let's start. Merengue, play. No, this is not. This is the same volume in day.
So the perfect recipe is the fact that you came up with the choreographies together, because clearly
I
there was something different in that volume that I noticed. I was like, this chemistry is at another level.
personally noticed that working other five previous before that one, five previous sim volumes. I also saw Pedro put us together in Sing 80, the one that was in Dominican Republic, and he allowed everybody's ideas. And those volumes, you see the quality, the choreography level, stand in a different. I will not say better than the other symbol. I'm not saying
That is
that,
different. Yeah,
but
something's different.
the energy is different because you see like every transition makes sense. When I'm by myself, maybe a choreography and a choreography can look good, but maybe a transition doesn't make sense or seems like forced. Maybe because if he on me look good or I have the breathing to I have the experience to go step to step and I know but maybe when you try to do it maybe you feel forced. Understand?
Yes.
When it's you and me working, let's do it together, which is what I propose this every time. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. You can tell me out, Ronnie, that doesn't look on me, or I know you have. We think always did with how students gonna get it, not the instructor that is seeing us. How students gonna get it, because at the end is for students. And you can have the students that can tell me you have this. You have the experience of the students that you can tell me that step no, and I don't need to fully understand or challenge your no. If I'm a good team player, I go like, okay, yeah, yeah, it's true. Let's go another way, another direction. Or you can right away tell me like, no, I think like this, like in that part, the people doesn't do that, or the I think keep that communication open
So you think
and
that Zumba is recommending the people who are doing the Zine volumes from now on to do more of that, to work together instead of split the choreographies?
no, I don't think the office deal in that business. I
Okay.
think the
Are
presenters. I talk even in convention for the senior session. It's tricky. It's tricky because everybody is so creative and everybody have different come in different times in Zumba. It's tricky because there's this is not bad. This is not bad, but it's an ego to it of my work. I want to, of course, I want the people to see my work, and I understand. So it's not easy to me to present this to the people. Like, let's do it together. I can do it myself. I know that easy, and I know how I can make a success. Of course, I know. I learned the formula. This is like a choreography to achieve artist. It sounds a lot of ego, but it's not. I want to understand. Yeah, I love this so much that become it become I have understand it. But also for the person receiving the proposal of, Maria, let's do it now, Maria. Yes, but it's been a long time that I haven't proved myself, or it's my first time. Many new presenters, but it's my first time people gonna see me, so I want to do mine. I understand, and those moments, yeah, we split. You do four, I do four. Okay, we work the one together.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think sometimes we get confused with the word ego and our need for validation. All of human beings, we all have a need for being acknowledged, being seen, being heard, and that's the validation that we all need. And we tend to call that an ego, but that's not an ego. We all have it. We all need to be validated. The ego is more our reactions. When we get hurt, we feel insignificant, then we react in a certain way, and then we end up not being nice or doing something that wasn't as ethical, or it's just a reaction to protect ourselves, right? So in either case, ego is not necessarily bad, because our ego is there just to protect us, is to protect that inner child that feels scared, and then the ego comes, don't worry, I'll protect you, I'll defend you, and then it reacts being upset or in anger or coming back or saying something rude to somebody else. But I think we should all start just by accepting that we all have an ego and that we're gonna die with the ego.
serious.
Is what it is, right? We just need
Yeah,
to try to have a better conversation with our ego so we don't end up having
But
the wrong reactions.
but I think is before me before I even start in the program, when I jump into the program, it's culture of use the word for nothing, use that word for many things that they are not. It's a culture of because I think we have been repeating so much, like stay humble, like don't sit down, like no, and I don't know how good or bad that have turned out. Now everything is like she have ego.
Yeah, and who are you to say she has an ego? You have it too. We all have it, right? So that yeah, that's when it becomes tricky when people start pointing at others, saying that others have a big ego. Like, be real. We all have a big ego because we all have this need. But yeah, this is very interesting to know. Well, you're such a leader that you will be able to tell if they pair you up with a person that hasn't done as many Zoom volumes as you, or is the first time. Then obviously you want to give them their chance to shine. So it's like, okay, go for it, show your
Yeah,
creations. And
but I
that's
understand. I
yes.
think me, you, I will react the same. I will no, Beto, no. I wanna do my four choreos. These are my four favorites. Me myself. Yeah, yeah. I totally understand. But I have seen the formula working when you can tell each other like to use another thing. I seen that and I see the quality because that those choreos pass for a filter of what companies do, what companies use. Companies use an engineer, they hire an engineer for quality control when they sell products. And before the product go to the customer, this engineer examines. So imagine, dude, it's your idea. It's just like someone with a little more experience can tell you. I have even proposed, not that let's not work together. Let's just share the code. When you fix the portfolio, let's share all together. Let's share it. And let me tell you, okay, anything. Can I tell you anything? But now it depends how the person, gonna
Yes.
take it. Because you can take it as criticism, but not everybody can think like, no, it's like super used. And talking about
What has been a very hard piece of criticism that somebody has given you that has been hard to take?
from Beto himself, I think those are the hardest. Beto sit in front of you and tell you
What did he tell you?
too much info in a choreography. Too much info. Now,
Like you talking because he
no, no,
saw
no,
your jam session, or
no, no.
too many steps in a
Too many,
choreography?
too many steps. We are
Okay.
doing, we are working on his next concert. You know that baby, 2017, and he want to use a song from Jason Derulo. Already have a choreo, so everybody look at me and everybody pointed like, hey, Ronnie have a choreo for that, and it was already Instagram. It was already hitting. Instagram was on time, so I put it there. Even Perman knew the choreo and everything. And I show him to, and he's like, okay. And then I start teaching about his sitting front when I'm teaching it to the group. And my girl to hear, ooh, and becoming crazy. And I had it, ooh, ooh, and it's gonna, shimmy, shimmy, yeah. So he say that the elbow doesn't go. He say, just do that one longer, clack, 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 circle, 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 clack, clack, clack. And I am fighting back. I'm like, no, no, no. You don't hear the whoop whoop that go with the whoop whoop. I'm such a choreographer taking care of the musicality against Beto. It's like, no, but you don't understand. You are not dancing with 15 people in front of you. You're going to dance to 8,000 people in front of you. You want less. People will not do too. He told me this and I never forget. So my jam session after that year changed. I changed the way I choreograph because of this phrase. He say too much info. Beto, the best thing of me. So it just short words. Too much info. That's too much info. And I take it, and
Okay.
years later, I understood. It's like, yeah, they even see the choreo on stage. It's like, oh yeah, it's too many people for 3 step hard, and I appreciate. I learned from that. In the moment, to offend me, yes, it offended me because the choreography. I'm gonna explain you why. My ego, the choreography, it was already successful on social media. So for you to tell me take movement, you understand? And as a choreographer, of course, it hit me. It's like, no, it's okay. People gonna have people. I was about to tell him like, people know it already. Like people, it's on social media. It's viral. But of course, I didn't. I was refired that day.
Yes,
but
or
but
replace the okay, somebody else do this choreography. Yes.
yeah, but
Awesome.
I think that one because in the moment, in front of everybody, of course, he's telling me, plus in front of everybody. That's another thing.
Yes.
Yeah, to swallow
And
in
that's
front of
probably
everybody.
the reason why you got triggered because it was in front of everybody. If it was one on one, we could take it easier, right? But the public constructive criticism is the hardest one. So,
Yeah.
Ronnie, do you find yourself sometimes stuck while trying to come up with choreographies? Because, dude, you have so much creativity. You're like constantly coming up with new and new and new and new. And sometimes when I open my Instagram and there goes Ronnie again with a new one, I'm like, how does he come up with so many material? Do you get stuck in it sometimes?
Yeah. To be honest, yeah.
And what do you do to unstuck yourself?
You,
Mushrooms?
I wish something crazy like that. I think, yeah, but no mushroom, but maybe going to the idea of distraction. Of I need to take my mind out of it for a second. I need to take my mind out of it. I need to perform any other activity. I start playing.
Is there anything in particular that usually helps you to unplug your mind?
I go play
Video
video
games.
games. Yeah,
Okay.
I
How
have
often do you play video games? Because
we
you
have
have a
no
child and a wife.
and now not that often. But before, for example, like in the night, I will spend a couple of hours. I just play a sport. I start playing soccer. I don't post too much, but football sala, like the small football
Mhm.
court, it's a bunch of that like me. All we all playing, getting tired
Awesome.
after 30 minutes. But I do that, allow me to like take out my mind. I go sit down fresh and I start thinking because I really the in my creative process I work with music, so body movement. The body movement need to listen the melody, the what is happening. The body movement need to make sense, and that I found easy to create because I always use the phrase music talk. Sometimes music tell you what to do, you when you go single double in some song, it's like yes, because then the music from you it feels right to go single double double. Uh, so that's one process. The other process is the transition between part to part. And when you're a jammer, and this is the trick for jammers, I think, and this I say this for jammers like I'm a writer, I'm not, but I think have some kind of like success with the team member. So I can tell you my success. I think in choreography transition makes sense. So the transitions are not forced. Part A and part B they go smooth. A couple of things, but they could be problematic. One is the use of count, but not everybody count, and not everybody like to count. We can mention another name, his name again. We can mention Beto, and Beto publicly say, "I
He
don't count,
doesn't
don't
count.
I don't count music." Yeah, yeah. You have a structure like that, which is like successful like him, many like him doesn't count. I count, and I think for me it's super important. The know the counting of the music, the count. I think being a dancer is an advantage because then you understand about the weight the weight of your body, where you're resting all your weight on left, on right. When you dominate that, there's like a rhythms like when you dance salsa partnering, the leader are thinking about that. Where you placing your hips, what is the last step that you take so it makes sense the turn or not. So the same translate in some, of course, with years, those thoughts become easier, become more natural
You
movements.
mean if I finish this count, this musical segment, and my body weight is on the right, then the next move should start on the left?
Is the
Or
natural way.
depend, but does it depend on the rhythm? Or it's always the same? The natural way will be to start on the others, going on the other side,
Some rhythms they you where to place where to place. For
the
example,
body weight.
and I know you're gonna like this one. Kizomba. The first step of kizomba is very similar to bachata. So people tend to confuse them. In bachata, you go one, two, together. In kizomba, one, two, together. In bachata, you do one, two, ta, ta, and hit the little hit, no? Or the pause in four. And people that are new to Kizomba, for example, knowing bachata, first day at Kizomba, you try to learn that, you see the struggle because of the muscle memory, the way of the body work is in bachata mode right now. When you, as soon as you give me a 1, 2, 3, I'm in bachata. No, and understand.
One of the main reasons why I got obsessed with kizomba, because I couldn't dance it. I was like, what in the world? Like,
No
this
way.
doesn't make
Have it
sense.
because you
Like,
become
of
so
course, because
yeah,
the count is different and the body weight for the woman is always on the
yeah,
right, and
yeah.
and it's like, wait, no, like it was so hard for me that I had to train myself on how to do it instead of just simply dance like all of the other rhythms that come natural. Yeah.
So yes, I think practice muscle memory. I think practice create muscle memory. So one is the effect of the other. And when you get to that point, you don't need to count. But for basic people, if I would like your question, if I would need to explain this to a group of people in general, I think starting by counting and knowing your music. And again, you know to know your rhythm. You cannot just say that you dance kizomba because you move your hips in figure eight. Look people on Instagram, just appear on Instagram, moviéndose, learn. You look for information to understand, to to do your best, to make it as right as possible. I think that some rhythms tell you. Then I think then transition come
I think you should come up with a workshop on transitions because it's something that nobody speaks about, and it makes a huge difference between some choreographies that we see one jammer did or one Zumba instructor came up with this and another one with this, and one seems to be more wow or more like, definitely I'm going to do this version of it, and it's because of the transitions, but it's not something that people speak about. It is very important to transition from how you end this move and how you go into the next one. It has to flow. People just put steps, random steps here and there, and then there's no flow from one to the other sometimes, and that interferes with the whole flow. Your choreographies feel like there's a constant flow in the whole song. It's not just like cool
appreciate.
steps put together.
Yeah, yeah,
It's at
yeah.
a different level.
We another balance. Now, every time that you show up or that you are given an opportunity, of course, you want to show new. You want to show random. You want to show wow steps. That's the challenge now. It's like, okay, it look wow. Now make me do it first. Second, what's next? What is after that? What is gonna be the cool transition? And the next part is gonna be as cool as this one, or is it gonna allow me to breathe, or it's gonna keep me high that, or it's gonna keep thinking because I have to again doing so much again because it's so much. Is you have to think
The breathing is another key thing that nobody talks about. And I love that when, like 30 minutes ago, you mentioned that with the breathing you
everything.
go, because
I
that
love
shows that you're a dancer and you are a dance teacher, because then
this.
real good dance teachers teach you to breathe through the
There's
moves.
no
Yes.
better way to do a freaking machete that taking a big big
Breath.
breath and pull the arm out and go. You don't have to cue this and the no. Just breathe and make it dramatic and breathe. And yeah, there's many
See, that's
skills, but yeah,
another
breathe.
workshop that you need to come up with. Now you have two more potential workshops. You have the movement transition and the breathing.
Mira, there's certain thing I've learned. Like I have a class right now in convention. It's called Latin Swag. It's a choreography workshop.
Okay.
First years, I was like smash in the service, even online. I think people didn't get the good description of what it's gonna be. It was a dance class. I built up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. I did a full choreography. I think people didn't expect. I think people kept believing that it's gonna be something related, Zumba related, and Zumba allow me, give me open doors to like do a dance class. Yes, let's see if they team members are interested. And I found something. Our team members are fully interested in the choreography already done. Then like give me the choreography done. How it's done it, I care really, really less. I pay you the $30, having it done. You tell me where to be. 3 hours with you. Okay, I go 3 hours with you. Teach me the choreography. When I start keeping or giving these insights that I believe, very personal opinion, I believe they're more important on the choreography than the choreography because I can give you a house build or I can give you tools and with the tools you can build 10 house yourself. What you prefer?
I prefer the tools, but that's me.
But not everybody. So when I start speaking about this reading, you notice the chip of the book
You're right. You're right.
because the majority of the room is like, give me what I need to do. Give me what I need to do. I'm gonna take what you teach me. I'm gonna take it. Forget how you are teaching to me. I'm gonna take it to class. Is it worth it? I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna come back to your jam session. If it's not worth it, you're never gonna see me again. But those moments that I start giving like the extra mile and stuff, like I have find now in the last year, like it's not for
Then
everybody.
then I have a good idea, business idea. So when you come up with this
Okay.
workshop to teach us all of these, you're gonna target it only to pros. And you're going to announce, unless you are a pro instructor, I don't suggest you register for this
You come
workshop.
here. Yeah.
Boom. Now everybody's gonna want to. But it's true. Only when you are at a certain higher level, you realize that these things are the key to success. You don't just wanna give me the choreo to go teach in class. Or for those that are interested in like growing farther into their Zumba career. So we
I
want to
always see
follow the
everybody.
trail to success.
Yeah. And I think I'm so optimistic, but I have learned, but I don't listen to it. I am like, yeah, this lesson is not for everybody, but I'm gonna say it anywhere. Like I think everybody like they want to grow because if they pay $30 to be in my jump session, it's like they want to learn from me. I just gonna give. But then no, then I realized like it's really not for everybody. It's like some people would care less.
So that session, you didn't teach it anymore at convention because
We
it
did,
didn't do well.
we did this year. This year did
Okay.
better, but
Okay.
I think also the right people. We not say the right people. Can we delete that?
The people that were interested in that
That
kind of.
this year, the people that were interested in that they learned what it's gonna be. Those are the ones who came. So I thought it went better. Yes, it went
Okay.
way.
Okay. Awesome.
Even the energy in the room, it was different. It was everybody empowering everybody and encouraging everybody. No, empowering could be translated back, but encouraging everybody and everybody. It was cool. It was really cool, and people took it as a challenge, which is the best. Then you can challenge yourself and take it
Yes.
this. Yes, that's the whole point. You don't come to
Hmm.
convention to do the same thing that you've been doing the whole year.
Yeah.
You're here to learn new, to break habits, to
Mhm.
make the world mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay.
Why
So
to pay so
talking
much
from
money?
a business standpoint, which one is more profitable, teaching jam sessions or teaching master classes?
More props. Yeah, the master classes. I prop. No, we're talking about only the money.
Only profitable. Yes, the master
Yeah.
classes.
Master classes. Yeah,
And also it involves less work required.
less time, less preparation, more money. Yeah, if you see it like that, yeah.
Which one is more fulfilling to teach?
Yeah, I'm saying that.
Because you are a teacher at heart.
Because yes, I think it's vocation
Uh
for
huh.
me. That's gonna be me, no? Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
and I always will remember. I mentioned it earlier. I always remember Mr. Elvin, Mr. Socorro. It's like today after 20 years, I mentioned their name. That's what I best I can look for. Somebody in 20 years mentioned like I was doing Zumba one time and I was really good in my gym, but I used to train with this guy. It was running and it's made easy too. So I feel like that too. I can change people. I can mark people by teaching. In a masterclass, I dance, but we all dance and we all beautiful dance. We is front full beautiful presenter, with dancing skills, and then they deliver beautiful class. So I think that more like we all do it. But different when
Yes.
teach have to like stop the music and give you a lesson behind the steps and the teaching. It's different.
Yes, it's the same for me. Like, yeah, I can dance. I can look beautiful when I'm dancing, but like, if I get to teach you the ways, if you allow me to talk to you, yes, that is so fulfilling. That is the
I
true
agree with you.
passion. Do you ever experience imposter syndrome?
Explain me,
The imposter
explain.
syndrome, the way that you feel when you get so nervous because you feel like maybe I don't deserve to be here, or maybe people expect me to be this thing that they think I am, but in reality, I don't think I am. And you're so nervous or anxious because you cannot keep up with these expectations of others.
Doesn't to the point to make me feel nervous, but maybe a little, but anxious. Yeah, and social media.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I feel people can respect. to see me all the time in social media, and I don't want to be the social media guy. I want to be the educator. If I want to leave a legacy, I want to be remembered. I want to be remembered because
And
how
how
I
do
teach. No,
you try to differentiate you being the performer on social media from being the educator? Which kind of posts are more targeting to you being an educator?
I tried the motivational ones.
Okay.
So at this point, I was this, and then I show, or I try to edit the video to show what I was at some point, and then what I have, what I, what I get to be now or in that moment. Suppose I think those serve as more like motivation and more like a not necessarily as a technical teacher, but like a life coach experience, like a something that I can give you. Like if you are like this, if you are disciplined, if you are hardhead about your choices and stuff like that, what can think you like? I think those uh, uh, a different shade. If you, I haven't posted all these days. I haven't posted. Because
Because
I was part of that generation in Zumba that helped to put in the mind of people that social media was the most important thing.
and you're trying
I
to
feel
change that now?
I try to show that I'm not in social media the whole time, and I still can be in my top, or
Do
I still
you
can
do
be
you
of the best
regret
educators.
do you regret or you feel bad that you were sending that message that you should be on social media all the time?
I don't regret, but I think I should use a little more cautious. I don't regret because it helped me. It still helped me in the way that I grow in the public eye outside of my of territory that I would have never couldn't physically arrive at
Mhm.
the moment. So it helped me on that way. So I don't regret. But there's something about the gimmick of it. And no regret, never regret. But I think it's being used now in a wrong way. So seeing that
What do you mean by in the wrong way?
in a way of like, okay, if you grow followers, if you post every day, high quality content, and follow this standard, and even make your social media grow out of it, that's most important than to be a good instructor. Because if you get to that point, you will get opportunities, you will get calls, you get instant famous, which you don't have to like go to the even to the whole process that we all go. You just get called to master classes just because you're passing the 1,100 followers because you do videos every day and you keep it up good with social media. And that was not the message never that I want to give. That will not be the message never. But I mean it was my fault. But I'm recognized like I come in that wave. I come in that wave of believing and maybe at some point promoting that.
I always assumed that you were so active on social media because at the same time you were promoting your other company, your production company, in which you help. I assume you help people to edit videos, do videos, better quality videos for social media, websites, and all this stuff, right?
But you see from that, I took myself out. Like I don't show my face. It's not. It will not be my video. If you see when I do those from years production, yes, I take out myself.
Yeah, but at
So
the
I
same
want.
time, your own personal Instagram will be showing the result of what you teach in
Yeah, of
your
course. Oh, yeah, yeah.
production,
I use
right?
my equipment. Yes, of course. Yes, yes.
So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why I assumed because there was a moment I believe during pandemic you took off with this, right? Because you launched this company in 2021, something like that.
2021.
Uh,
Yes, correct.
and then like couple of years into the pandemic, I was like, wow, Ronnie and EJM are like
Don't stop.
constantly
Yeah,
boom,
yeah. We
boom,
can
boom,
stop.
boom, 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 boom. It was like
Yeah.
it was fascinating to see. But I always put it together with okay, you have this company that you're also trying to show the example of this is the kind of quality of videos you want to have. And so I always put two and two together. But I never thought of yeah, as far as the wrong message, not necessarily the wrong message. I think we don't know still how to handle social media and technology. We're all learning in the process.
Uh-huh.
We don't know what to be aware of or be careful of because we don't know where this thing is taking us. It's like a monster.
Yeah.
And it's very surprising to see how nowadays people treat you differently depending on how many followers you have on social media. It blows my mind.
Make you a person, but doesn't make you better instructor or bad, doesn't, I don't know. And people
Like it's
believe,
crazy. I speak to people and they're treating me normal way like any human being. And then when they discover my Instagram account, the way people change immediately as if you are somebody higher or deserves better treatment. They go out of the way. And I find it so sad because for most people it's gonna be the opposite as well, right? For many other people that because they don't have as many followers, so what, you don't get the best treatment
so,
from human
so
beings?
you're
Yeah.
not a good person yet. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it makes no
That
sense.
in that kind of way, yes, in that kind of way, yes, it is exactly what I think.
You know what I love
It,
about your account? That you are not, you don't have the verified check mark in Instagram because you refuse to pay because now everybody pays for it. It's a membership. It used to be something that we were like, oh, so proud. Yes, I have the blue check mark. And now everybody has it because everybody's paying. And then when I checked your account, you don't have it and you have close to 100,000 followers and you don't have it. And I'm like, yes, good for Ronnie. He refuses to pay for that because that doesn't mean anything anymore.
that doesn't mean I gonna be honest with you. I have to be honest. You know, when we're speaking honest. In the beginning I was offered by Meta. You know, Meta sent you this
Mhm.
message like, hey, we buy you. I did, and then okay, so this is something that I applied before because I felt that I had the requirements and I have what they asked before the requirement that they have. I felt that I had them, so I applied a couple of times when it
Yes,
was
that was
like
the process
very
before.
legit.
Yeah. Yeah. It was legit
So
before.
I submitted, and no, I don't want to say when it was legit because the people now then get offended. You know,
But it's not legit anymore. If you pay
it's kind
for
of not
it, it's
legit.
not
Yeah,
legit
yeah,
anymore. You're
yeah,
just paying for a
yeah, yeah,
membership.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
yeah.
truth.
That's true. That's true. That's the right term then. That's the right term. But it was like I applied a couple of times because I considered that they could consider me. And I was in 20, 30 days that they give you, it came the message, the notification back that it was not this time, do it again in another time. So the message they offered me, I thought they just said, cause it was not, I didn't see it from all the people. It was like when they started doing it by payment.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, so this is it. So they asked me for 49.9. This is a Jeep, whatever. Take my $15 and I had it. I had a blue. And then when you want that candy so much craving for that candy, and then you get that day of the weekend, you get Sunday, you get the opportunity to get that candy. Now you have the candy. You put it in your mouth, and it's like it was not what you were imagining the whole week. It was something like that. It's like nothing has changed. I haven't had any different company offering me for sponsorship or offering me collab. Different. I have some, but not that the thing that I feel that I fit with them. Again, somebody want to let me bracelet like well, one time I did body suit for sweat and stuff. Couple of things that I have liked, but there's many companies, not the ones that I would like. Craving about Nike to ride me one day or something like that. Anyway, doesn't give you status again because the same like everybody having last year or 2 years. This is start now like 2 years. No, you have in the blue check being paid. No,
Mhm.
2 years. Okay, but last year, Joaquin Phoenix with the movie The Joker won the Oscar for best actor. I'm not saying that I'm the best actor. I'm not saying that I'm Phoenix or I should be like him or I'm in the
But
same.
you're
I'm not
both
saying
Puerto Ricans. So that's
we're
true.
both Puerto Rican. That's a fact. But I see like something like these people, they are off better actually even social media. And I'm like, what ridiculousness. Like I'm sometimes like I needing those 15 bucks to put on gas, man. And I'm paying into this to people and I make some money uploading the reel. It's kind of explaining by itself because I make money from Meta. They pay me, so it's kind of like me giving back the 15 bucks. But now still, like I can use that 15 bucks because that blue check right now doesn't give anything, doesn't say that I'm better. What I'm right now, I'm a summer instructor, so but I'm on the weekend. That's what I care to be, and it doesn't make me better at any of those. Doesn't make me better.
Yes. I was so
So I
proud of
wasn't.
you when I saw that you didn't have that check mark because
You
you
can
don't
still
need
win the
it.
Oscar
Yeah, no,
without it.
And it's irrelevant nowadays. It's
It,
irrelevant because
it's
everybody
irrelevant.
has
It's
it.
irrelevant.
So now those that have a huge account and don't have the verified mark, to me, is like a statement. It's like, I don't need to pay for it because it makes no difference. I think it's a
Yeah,
healthier message to send. So
yeah,
okay, moving on
yeah.
to,
I'm
you
like,
had a very important day in your life that perhaps splits your life in before and then after, which was sometime in July 2022, in which, in the middle of a master class that you were teaching, you went into cardiac arrest. And we almost lost you there for a second. Can you walk me through your day? if you if I was a fly in the wall or on your shoulder the whole day, what would I
on your
have
shoulder.
seen? Was there anything happening different? Did anything? What were there signs? And everything that happened that day. Can you walk me through it?
Yeah, there were definitely signs, but I didn't see it at the moment. I remember them, and then I see it, and then I recognize them.
Give me a second,
I
baby.
don't rem-
Give me a second. Let's see if the trick works with mine too. Okay,
yeah,
go.
yeah. And I don't remember too much that day. I don't remember. I don't remember. Have glimpses of how was the day. I remember being picked up at the hotel. I remember not eating. I didn't eat the whole day. I have a jam session and a master class same day.
Where were
So
you?
around in New Jersey.
Okay.
This happened in New Jersey, and I barely eat. Was drinking pure Powerade, and I think I get to drink Red Bull a couple of times, 2 times. I breakfast with a coffee only because I just want to go straight to the senior sessions, and I don't like to eat before classes.
Yeah, me too.
So I refuse to eat, and the break between the jam and the master was like an hour, remember, but I reject also the lunch. It was salad, and I was still typing adrenaline. I want to go straight to the master class. So yeah, I remember not being a good diet for the whole day, but I remember months before having chest the chest pressure, and I feel like this bubble here on the left side behind between the rib. I
What do
thought
you mean a bubble?
like a gas,
Okay.
like an uncomfortable gas
Okay.
right there. Now when they pinch you, those gases, I, I always presented as when you drink cold water too fast, that, it come with, you get bubbles and gases.
Mhm.
So I get that there, but that never go. I'm like, man, that gas is there like for months, never go away. It's just a moment. It was uncomfortable to drive.
Okay.
But never in my life will think that it's my heart.
Okay.
And then I was getting so tired after classes, and I'm like,
So you were experiencing this bubble for a long time?
yeah, since like whole year, whole 2022. So it's like,
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
and getting tired after classes, but that was gradually. It was like, every time I would think, I thought that I was needing to start lifting because I have never been like super into the gym, but there's been moment in my life that I have been very in shape, and I see the difference when I do work out and go to the gym. And I was thinking, I'm getting lazy, after COVID. I haven't been doing nothing. Agent was pregnant, but nobody will knew, but we were in that process, and I was getting tired. So I thought that it was me exhausted, me missing out stamina. So I need to start training.
And it makes sense because you were traveling a lot, you were working a lot, teaching a lot of sessions, and the exhaustion that we go through is real.
Yeah. So I saw it as a part of a normality of
Hmm.
what we do is just extra tiredness. Maybe I need to train. I say I was thinking to what, and the body was telling me to no, slow down. I was thinking the opposite. And that day, man, I finished the class. I don't know if you know this, but I finished it. But in the height of the moment, people are like so happy. And so then I go to the computer like an artist. I go like, one more.
Otra, otra,
Otra,
otra.
one more. Yes, okay. So I play that song, and they said, I'm gonna tell you, I don't, the mom, I'm gonna have like to share the story. I don't usually with one and not with everybody. I go like very general. Let me tell you about the song that I was playing. It's called Mañana Mañana. Esa
Tomorrow in
plena,
the morning.
mañana por la mañana, esa plena from in Puerto Rico, and it's very popular. And it's a new remake that this guy did, Billy Van, and Bomba y Plena. Both of the singers are from our African roots. So especially both of them, they're very, very, very attached to Santeria, to the religious of Santerismo, no? And this song is kind of go a little bit into la Santeria, pero all my Catholics, it will be Catholic. It will be a Catholic song because it's talk about the Virgin of Dolores, la Virgen de los Dolores, of the pain. So it's what the song say. Tomorrow by the morning, fill out my house of flowers because for sure it's gonna come the Virgin of Dolores. Of, wow.
Of pain.
And he say in the first verse, he say, El día que yo me muera,
The
no
day
quiero
I
que nadie
die,
llore.
I don't want anyone to die.
Quiero que en mi sepultura
I want that at my burial, you just fill it with flowers. Wow, dude.
I'm dancing to Mañana por la Mañana. And when I'm dancing dancing Mañana por la Mañana, I'm telling the people how I'm describing through the dance and through the lyric of the song, how I want them to remember me in the day that I pass, the day that I die. And in front of them, I collapse and my heart
In
stops.
the middle of the song, at the end of the song, in which part?
There is a part because the song is very dramatic. I make so that the song have a really cool part where allow me to split the group.
Look at you. I'm sorry to laugh at this moment, but you
No, it's
even
okay.
made it as a performance
Dramatic,
in the
yeah.
dramatic part of the song.
In the dramatic part of the song, I
Oh
split
my
the room
God.
into I
Timing.
perfect. In a poetic way, I was saying we can laugh because I always say in a poetic way, if I wouldn't have the song and put it like that I has, I would say this in a poetic way, because people don't like when I say it. Perfect way to dance for a performance for a person who have danced his whole life. It's like in the middle of the stage, full by, in a poetic way, perfection, So yes, we can laugh about it. Don't worry.
Yes.
In that part of the song, I rooming too, and after we dance a little bit, I made the room go around in circle. After I made the room go around in circle, we have one part that is just clap. So I make everybody one seat. You know that rhythm we dance it with long skirt, la plena. We dance it with long skirt. So I usually pick someone's flannel. So always in a stomach class, someone with a flannel in their way. So with shirt. So I make the person give it to me. I put it backward so it resembles a skirt. So I get to that part, and when I turn, I feel like this like forehead is cold, 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 and I'm like so tired. Like I want to go sleep. This one thing. I turn and I like start performing, but when I'm still performing, I'm like I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep, and I went back, and that's it.
So
6 days later.
you slowly put yourself down to sleep, or you fell full
Yeah, no,
force?
no. I'm like dancing to the back, and I put my elbow back, woo, 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 and put my head back.
So everybody thought that it was part of a performance.
People were in that moment. Yeah, the first minute is like yeah,
Yes.
but then they see my eyes are like out and everything.
Okay, so was there anybody else on the stage with you?
No, this is not stage. I'm in the ground with them. I'm in between them. I'm
You're in the
there.
center of the room. So everybody, and they were sitting down.
They were sitting down. So when I fall, uh, people like start getting up. Like what happened to them?
And you're
And then
still
like
laying there.
cows, yes, because then the first person on the side realized like no, something is wrong, and everybody mobilized. And now that this is story, this is
There's no video of that part.
it is a video, yeah.
Okay. So then you see that it takes few seconds, 30 seconds for the first person to start
Yeah,
reacting.
yeah. I asked for the video. People are like, "You're crazy. Why are you watching that?" But it was later. It was later. I
I
knew.
will be analyzing every part of what happened. This is the
I
story of your life.
think because of that, I think people don't understand. People are like, "Why you ask for that? Why you want to watch that?" I think for people like us, I think it's normal because again, and we talked earlier, such an overthinker. Like I want to be there again, see what happened. Of course, yes,
Yes.
of course, I want to see it. I would not lie. First time I see it, shocked me a little bit. It shocked me because the person even run to me, so I get to see my eyes. They were like all bad.
Oh,
while I'm on the floor.
wow.
It shocked me because I'm seeing myself dead. I see myself dying. You know?
But how amazing it is that you have footage of it. I mean, I would love it if that was my case and I came back to life. I would love to have that footage. Like, thank God somebody was filming it for my
Yeah,
own, like, for me to see.
yeah. I get to see
Wow.
it. Get to revive it. I get to see it.
Okay, so what does the video show?
Yeah, when I'm dancing, what I'm telling you, like as we're going around, as I take the shirt and as I turn and I start like performing to them, and then when I go like back, and I go on the floor in front on someone's foot, you know. Yeah, and
And
then the
then,
person come to the camera to me and they lift my head up, and I was out. So everybody start panicking. Everybody like, no. They stop the recording. Everybody
and that's
just running.
the that's when the ones the members started CPR on you,
Yeah. When the lane,
the chest compressions.
she later talked to me. Yes, she get because I asked her, of course. I took her a Lincoln and we heard the whole highway, and I'm like, if you don't mind, can you tell me? And I don't want to. And I told her to enter I'll happen and we're only eyes, you know. And she said that she felt because the first minutes nobody knew what to do and how to react, and people were doing different things to me, you know, because nobody knew the heart. Nobody knew it could be sugar. I'm just faint.
You would never guess it's the heart because you are
Is that yeah,
35 years old.
yeah. It's like the first minute, people are trying to like figure out calling Edge. He- Agent get asked if I have sugar problems or saying before because I'm there on the floor. But then I start presenting problems breathing, and they start like figuring it out. Like, okay, he's gasping, you know, he's losing breath, and heartbeat is getting slow. And when the Lynch, she told me that she was like walking side to side. She was not the first person I'm close to, but that something turned her like go and start chest compression. So she like moved everyone out of the way and go and start chest compression. If I recall, well, it was not the only one. I think that they took turns. It was another people involved. They just didn't want to came out when Zumba, you know, when they
Yes,
didn't want to come to the
explaining the
front. But
whole thing.
there was more people I think that switched with her or was there helping also.
Were you dead at some point or you were not dead? They kept you alive? You were
Yeah,
dead?
yeah, 9 minutes
What did you
we don't
have any
we know we know to the point of death, but with
unconscious?
barely a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yeah, when the paramedics arrived, they had to shock me twice to bring me back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did you have any near death experiences? Anything that you remember? Anything that you saw or felt?
I have like this like 10-15 minute dream, but I don't know if it was there or it was when I was about to wake up, or it was
Okay.
through the whole 6 days that's in coma. Because I get to see my first. I open my eyes and it's a it's a it's a dark blue afternoon. It's dark blue. I'm outside. I'm not in the local anymore. So I get to open my eyes. I told you that I wasn't sleepy. No, I was not feeling pain. I was feeling peace, sleepy. I'm going to sleep. And I went to sleep. I closed my eyes in front of everybody, in front of you, talking to you, and I'm tired. Like that. I remember.
Oh, wow.
I thought it. I'm like, I'm going to sleep.
Wow.
Yeah. So I open eyes, but it's very real. I'm telling you, it's a dream, but it's very real, and it's dark blue. Like it's about to be dark. It's about to get night, and Agent is there, but Agent was not there. It was in Orlando. Agent is there in front of me, and when I look back, it's cow. There's people running. I don't understand why, but Agent is there, and she has like she's carrying my stuff, and she's like, come. They're gonna help you there. They're gonna help you there. And when I look, it's a building. So I like walking slow. I don't understand why. I don't know. Not nothing. I don't know. I just know she's coming like to go with her because they're gonna help me there. So I start walking slow. We get to that corner and it's outside. Is this woman with black hair sitting in a corner of a table, and she told me to sit in front of her. But she very funny. She have like two pinzas. This is the barbecue. The things
Hmm.
that you use for barbecue, the stencils, no, yeah, to
Yeah.
turn the meat and stuff, the
Uh-huh.
fixer to
Yeah,
use
I
for
forgot the name too.
she have that. I don't know. It might be she have that. And she tell me that they shoot in front of her because she's gonna help me. And she said like sit in front of her. So I have to sit. Yeah, and when I look, like I can see my bolita. I am naked, and she's like sit here. So whatever she's gonna do it here with those things and stuff like okay, and then whoop and go with that. Okay. Then what I remember is like open my eyes and somebody's putting me something in the head, and I'm like taking it out, and he's telling me like no no no, dude, you cannot take it. Put it on. That this is gonna help you. And I'm like whoop, close my eyes again, and then I remember like open my eyes and I room full of people. Like so many people. I'm like why so many people here? And I get panic, and I have oxygen in my. I take it out, and I'm like, there's too many people there. This guy cannot be there, but I don't recognize his face. It's not like somebody that I can name or point because I don't recognize. But I was kicking out people from the room because for me it was so many people in the room. And going dark again, and then I open my eyes, and it's not dark blue. I'm in a room in a bed, and the light that I threw from the wind is golden, is yellow. It's the light of the morning. This is not gray anymore. I realize I'm awake.
And that's when you woke up.
Yeah, but agent come and ask her like what happened. She's like your heart feel a little weak, so they have to bring you to the hospital. And I told her like what happened with the event in New York. And she told me it's not Sunday. Today's Thursday. Forget about that. Take it easy. Like calm down for about your
Because you had an
event.
event in New York the next day.
Like the yeah. For me, 10 minutes. When I say
Yeah,
I'm
of
going to
course.
sleep, I wake up. It's 15 minutes. But for you guys, 6 days. And then I get to see like the whole thing on social media. But for you guys, it was
Of
movement and
course.
cows and prayers. And for you guys, 6 days. For me, was 15 minutes.
No pain.
And you asked me what is your nearly death experience. So let me tell you that I didn't met Dr. Tan because she didn't do the follow-up. That was not her hospital where she take me. So another doctor was the Dr. Cher was the one doing the follow-up. Every morning he would come and see my heart. I met Dr. Tan 6 months later because I
And
went back to him.
what kind of surgery did they do on you? What was the procedure?
She put 4 stents on heart, and this is where I'm going at. This is what I'm going to tell you. Two I'm gonna tell you. I went back 6 months later to New Jersey because I want to be my first event after Doctor said you can go and that. I want to be in New Jersey the first event. So when in January, booked with same host, she was not that dramatic like me. She booked another venue. I wanted to be everything. I want to be everything very symbolic. But
Yes, I will do the same. I get you.
she booked another venue where I went with the same host. And of course, she announced me. She asked me if I want to talk. I say no. I say, can I play music now? She say yes. I play music. The first song that I play, Mañana por la mañana, because I don't want people to remember me. I want people to remember me after,
Coming back.
after we all go down, we all come up. I want to perform for you and keep going the class, and I'm going to finish the class. So I finished that class, and then we started one new class. Anyway, I want to tell that story because I found it like very powerful, and
Yes.
I love that we do that,
And it was
especially for
your
the
own tribute to you coming back.
people there saw me there. They never see me again. So people, even I haven't started dancing yet. People are crying because the last memory they have from me is me being up with my eyes rolled out. That's the last image. Now I want to show you how strong I am. Thank you for your prayer. This is my way to say thank you. Well, don't let me alone that night. They all went there, prayed, grabbed their hand, prayed. They made this were on me. They were outside taking care of me with good energy. That people, family, not even that people, my family from New York. I asked the host, I want to meet Dr. Tan. I never met her. She take me to her clinic, and that woman walked out, and I get chills. Dr. Tan is an Asian lady with black hair. Saw her.
The one with the
I saw her sitting, yes, but of course she was not sitting on a table in a cafeteria. No, it was an operation room. It was not that way, but I remember her. Somehow I saw her and I relate. Another thing, she went from the groin because it was a balloon stent. So she went with a balloon from my vein in the groin. That's how she deposited the stand in my heart.
And that's what you saw in your dream
And
or
I am
vision.
naked, and then
Wow. Yeah.
she gonna perform crazy.
Wow.
Not it's not I cannot tell you. Oh, it's just experience, and I saw a tune, and I cannot tell you that. I found that so weirdly cool, but somehow spiritual too. I don't.
Yes.
It's like I was there the whole time, and I was listening to them, and I probably like in a glimpse, like opening the eye or something. I see the person's face on me, and so I do remember. But I cannot tell you nothing about those 6 days. I can tell you about that 10 minutes.
Wow.
I do have a thing on my head because of course they check your brain for strokes and what brain damage the strokes can cause, later. So you have a brain doctor always there with in the whole process, especially for heart patients.
So for how many days were you at the hospital?
Like 2 weeks, the two longest week of
And what's
my
going through your head while you're there? Because
first.
we're human beings. We tend to worry about silly things. Or did you go immediately into transcendental mode, worrying about the important things in life instead of, oh, I need to pay the bills, I need to pay the credit card, or like what's going on in your head while you're there?
And even sharper under pressure. Sometimes, like I find some fun adrenaline to work on the stress. So it's something that never like affect me. So I'm no reason, no smoking, no alcohol, no drugs. That's the question doctor asks you. So when you answer it and they don't have no more questions to do, you start questioning yourself. Like, wait, that's it? Those are what they're trying to figure out if I use alcohol. So then what? So then I start asking probably what they asking, but what they don't show me. They're trying to think too that they're thinking the same. Like, so what the hell is happening to this guy? It's a fitness instructor. He's in good shape. He don't know trust, no.
Did you have high cholesterol at the moment or
So yes, the test come high. So they start asking for
family history?
family history. We start talking about this. Maria, guess who the hell have
Your dad.
the guy that I
He
never
left you
met
that gift.
left me. The guy that get important to meet me left me with a heart problem.
A gift.
A cholesterol problem. I'm not a heart patient.
High
High
cholesterol.
cholesterol. That feeling, that made me mad.
Okay.
That made me really mad. That made me really mad because
Because it felt unfair or
it doesn't feel fresh. That is not fair. You know. Of course, later you accept it, but doesn't doesn't it it doesn't sit well. He passed from the heart. My older sister, his older daughter, show up to the hospital. My older sister, he told the medical, and she told me. So we her.
okay.
So
How old was he when he passed away?
see something.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So when was the last time that you had had your blood checked to check on cholesterol
And
levels?
March.
No, but prior to the
I don't believe in doctors, Maria.
so
Don't
never.
go that place. Why? You asking you comfortable questions. I'm a
But
man.
but now you have to check at least every 6 months, right?
And this is how I promote now because man, we are so hard headed about feelings, and we think that we can fix everything with Latinos. We can fix everything with beats, Peru. And that's a joke. That's an exaggeration. No, but
Yeah,
yes,
I know it.
we don't we think we're stronger because the pain go for a minute and left. We never go and check what the pain was, and we're strong. We can leave the table. It's okay. We're okay. And then those little signals, those little pain here, there is the body letting you know there's something not wrong here and there. So yeah, I never press attention to the signals of the chest pain, of the gas that I tell you I felt, the extra tiredness after working out.
So what has changed in Ronnie's life after the you went into cardiac arrest?
And 2023 came really strong personality, something I had to work later on. I think I went into a dark place, but not like super dark place. I went into a dark place. I say it for a good purpose. I'm gonna explain. I knew in the campaign of there's no time to waste. Let's make things happen and let's enjoy. Let's make every minute count and work. My son born in February. In era that I want to be, I'm saying it. I've been promulgando. I'm being preaching about this. I want to be the father that I didn't have. So I need to be present first. So I need to be healthy. So I think I take care of cholesterol with
How?
medicine,
So you are still taking medicine?
and diet. I'm not really just with diet.
What has changed in your diet?
It's salty. What
Mhm.
salty things definitely accommodate different. For example, what it was a portion of green and carb and protein, it become now half green, okay, and protein and carb, maybe the other half. Trying to compensate because there's an alternative now to control cholesterol. It's an injection that you go and it's like super good. And but they don't give you a do. It's not like take it for 6 months and that's it. It's like forever.
Okay.
I don't wanna start that kind of treatment. And whoever is in the medical field will hear this and will die. Another typical personality type A. Yeah, that they want to say that they don't drink, they don't believe in medicine and stuff. No, it's not that. I think I can control it in diet. I believe because we are been doing it like that. No, it's just like
And your
when
cholesterol levels are normal now?
no, they're always high. And that's for you why. There's something that the medicine haven't having control is lipoprotein in our body. It's called lipoprotein A. So that you have a lipoprotein A high doesn't mean your cholesterol need to be high, but it is one of the main resources to boost the cholesterol. So when
Okay.
your body, the lipoprotein A is high, your cholesterol tend to be high. So they're seeing the collateralization, no, that they're collateral. They're almost parallel.
So the medicine you take is to control the lipoprotein?
So there's no medicine to control lipoprotein.
Okay.
The Germans now are coming with some tested now to that they are figuring out how to treat the control the lipoprotein A in our bodies. But there's no medicine for lipoprotein A. The medicine
And
for cholesterol, the statins.
the
I don't know if you have
statins,
heard them.
yes. And
Statins, roxapatine.
if you were to do the injections, would that control your cholesterol better?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
Then why don't you do it?
there's something about
Is the injection the Ozempic injection? Okay.
uh,
Why you don't want to?
feel like I feel maybe it's a very personal thing, but there's a this thing about dependency on medicine that I don't believe. My science part, my biology side, there's alternative that can help you no problem control, prevent, even cure some of the issues from chronicles or more basic illness or things that human confront day by day, that not necessarily you need to be hanging with a bottle of pill your whole life. But unfortunately,
But
dependency,
maybe you just need to change the meaning of the medicine and understand all the benefits it has. Because to be honest, obviously we have heard that about Ozempic and Manjaro and all these kind of medicine that people are doing in injection to lose weight. Yes, many of them is because they do have an issue. They are already diabetic and they are trying to control their, but for many others it's just has become the common way for everybody to lose weight, right? And the bad sides is that because you're not going to be as hungry, you're not going to be eating as much, you're going to lose a lot of weight, but mainly from muscle mass. So if you're not focusing on eating more protein and exercising resistance training, then you are going to cause more damage to your metabolism, right? But on the other side, well, you could be very mindful, be on that medicine and eat a lot of protein and do a lot of resistance training to compensate. But I have been listening to a lot of doctors lately talking about the longevity benefits of microdosing that kind of medicine like Ozempic for the brain function is amazing. The mental cognition that it gives you, And apparently, it's a medicine that most likely in the future everybody will be taking in microdose just to maintain the metabolism going and to be able to live a better quality of life for longer. So,
It will become a new vitamin,
yes,
almost. Yeah,
yes.
a daily pill.
As it appears, yes. And I do get you because I do try to live my life in a very holistic way. We try not to be on a medicine for the rest of our lives, but at the same time, if you have a strong family history, that is always going to be there, no matter how well you
Oh, well,
improve your other habits. And the other thing is that once we become parents, we will do anything just to stay alive or not to risk not being present in our children's life. So maybe just readjusting the meaning of what
I,
this
I,
medicine means.
I'm considering, I mean, I just, as now I'm trying my best for the next, trying to show on those tests that I could have put them down in diet. If I'm not, then I will succumb to the idea of, I will accept the idea of
Also,
that's the thing
just
that the
be
doctor.
just the villain of the story now and letting you be Batman. Also, could it be that it is your ego making you think, no, dude, you can handle this on your own. You got it. You can control your diet. You can lower your cholesterol your own. We don't need to depend on that because we're disciplined. We got this. Could it be a reaction of the ego?
It maybe
You never know, right?
no, no, maybe yes, maybe yes. I can tell you yes because that's how I think. I think I can do it, and that's why that was my response to him. I asked him, let me try for the next lap. Let me try to do diet myself. Okay, if it's not, we start the injection, and he let me.
Good.
He was okay. Maybe inside knowing like yeah,
Yeah, well, they
prepare his
can't
dose.
force you, right? Yes.
Yeah, 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 of course.
So, was your book a result of your experience with the cardiac
Ah,
arrest?
no, no, no. I want to write one over the experience and relate this, no, relatar, talk
Narrate.
about, narrate, narrate this in a way that it can serve for other people to be a little more conscious. But no, the one now is what we were talking earlier, creativity
But
and
did you
how,
start writing that book before the cardiac arrest or after?
after,
After. And it's called
at,
Ignite Your Passion.
yeah, find people
And
feel
what I'm gonna get from your book?
it. So we were talking early. Get sometimes the people that work in creative fields, we all get mental blocks at some point. So I what I advise is I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm talking out of experience, and I express in the couple of times that I'm talking out of experience. Me being this person that come from business, that come from art, that come from sport, that from different fields. Uh, how to handle those blockades, those mental blockades, when it become issue over anything that we are working on.
Anything related to creativity,
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
only
yeah.
related to dance, but creativity in general.
In general, yes, in general, this even
So it's like your tips to find the state of flow in creativity.
and renovate and come back and even I mentioned to the point of I talk about collaboration. We talked early how I was saying like maybe getting together with someone in your same field and letting those that ego out of me feeding of ideas that also help a lot in the and this is not new. This is not only me saying this, but I think like when someone can attest on, like I can tell you, like, look, hey, this that's what I'm doing, and it's worked for me. It's
Mhm.
different, no? It's different. I think
It's like,
everybody was looking to expect to read about the experience. I want next year.
okay. You're
Yeah,
still, I assume you're still digesting what happened to you, right? And the
Yes.
second chance of life. Dude, I loved what you said at the kickoff session at convention. That was the day when I heard you saying that. And like, I want to interview Ronnie so bad when you said you're supposed to find out what this big purpose is that you have in life, for life to have given you a second chance. And then the big realization is that the purpose is to have no purpose. I was like, yes, because we overthink it.
I've been overthinking. I don't understand people, like many people, Maria, many people. It's because you have a purpose. You have a purpose. You have many people. Oh my God, you don't know how many times I have heard. And so to the moment that I believe it, I'm like, I have a purpose, but I don't know. But what could be? What could be? And
And then you drive yourself crazy thinking about everything that happens every day could be a sign. Is this the purpose? Is that the purpose? Like you could
yeah,
drive yourself crazy.
yeah,
I could
definitely.
only imagine if you go through a situation like yours and life is giving you a second chance, how crazy, how exhausting it must be to find this big purpose that you're supposed to have. It's like, it's such a big responsibility.
But I've been talking with all these many people, even the people that tell that you have a purpose, because they have come to me and tell me something that happened to a family member, to a close, to a loved one, to a friend. Sorry, get to listen all this, and I get to also like think myself, of course, like wow, thank you, like how lucky I am that because there's so many stories that would not end. Not well, and the majority of them, we're talking at the surviving ratio is 1 out of 7. So every story that you're gonna hear about cardiac arrest, the
It's
majority of
most
them
likely.
is more likely will end up in the person. So I'm fortunate, I'm blessed, I'm lucky to be, and now I get to hear from others. I get to share my experience with someone and explain how I felt while my heart is stopping to a wife that lost his husband in their home. They were sitting watching TV. He said like, I'm gonna go grab milk. He stand up from the bed, he go to the fridge, grab his milk, sitting watching TV, normal, that's the normal night, they're going to sleep. He sit on the table to watch his drink and he do this. She don't press too much attention, but she start calling him, he don't stand up, so she stand up from the bed, he call him, he passed there from a cardiac arrest.
Which could have been you if it had happened to you after the masterclass at the hotel while you were
Or
alone.
the hotel when they bring me, yeah, of course. And I think all these things, I think all these little things, and like how fortunate I was. But look at this. Now I get to hear, and now I had to tell my story. And then when I tell this person that tell me their story, when I tell them to when I get to tell them he was like going to sleep, they automatically has been start crying, and I didn't understood why until she told me. I understood the reason why people get so emotional when I always get to tell that part of my story. It's because they thought that when they lost their loved one, they suffered and they went in pain. And they have been living their life remembering that day when that person was gasping for air, when that person was holding their chest, falling down, and they will never came back from that. And now having someone that came back from that telling you like, in the beginning, it's just like going to sleep and you go in peace. And it's like you're tired, tired, tired. You close your eyes, you get to sleep. What happened next? We don't remember. You don't remember nothing of that. You don't feel none of that. The gasping air that I was not there. I was not there.
Wow. That's so
So
beautiful that you get to bring peace to people just by sharing that.
that's of course in sum. The speech was a little more dramatic, but they don't want me to talk about it. And in summa, because if I talk about that, then I get to touch some people's nerve and other things that I want to mention that also maybe would mention religion, and we don't want in summa we are all for everybody, so nice.
It
Yeah,
has
so
to be so curated.
and that's a little curiosity, but going back to the speech, that maybe the people here listening here I found it really nice to explain it that way. To explain like you have been telling me my purpose, but by me telling you my story, not only telling you my story, maybe just being here, that just walking past you, reminding you life is short, make the best out of it. Look what happened to that young guy there. The young guy that you seen passing, you can elbow your friend. You see that young guy
And
over there?
that is the highest purpose that it could ever be.
Could be. And
Yes.
like, draws in my head, like, what is my purpose? Maybe, okay, maybe it's that. Maybe,
Because,
and
dude, when
it's
the
cool.
cardiac arrest happened to you, for what we all felt, of course, we love you, and we were so concerned and with our hearts broken, thinking of you and Egypt. But at the same time, I believe 50% of that pain we were feeling for you was that we saw ourselves in you. It was not just you there in a coma. It was us, that it could be us at any. We were like, wait, what? We're supposed to be fit. We're supposed to be healthy. Our heart is supposed to be so strong. This is what we do every day. Yes. So it was like a constant, like a wake up call and reminder. Like, that's why it affected us to such a deep level, because you were representing all of us. So what you're saying is absolutely true. Just by you being alive, that is the highest purpose, because it's the constant reminder. Like, hey, are you checking your blood every 6 months? Right? Like, hey, are you eating, like, tonight? I'm not gonna eat the bag of chips after I finish my interview
The
with you.
conversation with it.
Yes, because it's like this shit can happen to any of us, right? So that's why it was, for me, it was so profound that you shared your purpose in such a simple way, that there wasn't any higher purpose than just for you to be there. It was beautiful. It really touched me.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
And I am sure if I were you, if I was in your shoes, I would also be driving myself crazy, overthinking what is this higher purpose and what I could do. I could benefit so many people with this, with my own example, and I could make such an impact in people's lives and improve their health and blah, blah, blah. But I find that also amazing that you, even though I already know that you're an overthinker like me, you are very clear in what your priority is, and that is your family. And
Yeah.
I find it very beautiful that you describe your family, your wife and your child, as your biggest accomplishment. That is so beautiful. But that also has to have a strong root for you to have family as the biggest accomplishment, and not career and many other things, being alive, coming back, resurrecting. So why is it that family is the biggest accomplishment for you?
Um, I think growing where I grew up in the family situation that I was, grandma, I think she raised me to be a husband, to be a dad, to be a supporter. For example, she will give me the mop and the task to clean the dishes, and this is her work. I swear, you need to know to do the things of the house because the people say, and when you say people, what we call today society, we would say now, society say that that's what the woman part job of the cleaning and stuff and the main work, no? So even she's grandma, and she's come from Dominican Republic with that mentality. She grew with that mentality when the ladies of the house were the one cooking, cleaning, da da da, and the men of the house work outside, da da da. She raised me knowing to do all those things. She'd say, because your wife, if your wife gets sick, who gonna cook? Who gonna clean the house? She raised a man that will take care, that will be Latino and macho enough to like to work and provide, but also support her and to be a hub. No, not to be only the macho man working at it, but to also to support the wife. I think strong root, strong root. And she loved me. She loved me as a dad, as a mom, and she loved me as a dad. And she even would make things like that. She was like, you don't need anybody else. I'm your mom, I'm your dad, I'm your aunt. But I think to some point to console me because then I would see, my friends having dad, mom, da 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 growing up. And then it was Puerto Rico, it was only me and her, growing up. So I think in a way to like this warrior woman, like I will not let my kid like feel ashamed or nothing. I will let him know that he's enough. I think that strong roots of Esperanza made me more than she want me to study education or any. I think that was beautiful because that teach me how much I wanting to love have family because I want to love them how she. Yeah, that makes sense.
Was having a family, a wife, and kids always a vision of yours while growing up?
No, I didn't expand it to the universe. Like I got,
Okay.
I next year, I in 10 years I want to be at that. Never, I never call it to the universe like that. I, I felt somehow the need that I want to take care of someone. I remember going to the adoption, the shelter, because I want to a dog so bad, but like bad. I want to take care of those poor souls man there, and then I ended up adopting Maya, which is my
How old were you?
it was right after I came here when I was telling you the story, around 27, 28,
And how
yeah,
old were you when you met Ijim?
31, 32.
Oh, okay. So were you still looking? Were you still feeling the need of taking care of somebody when you met her?
And so when I met Agent, I met her at Contento. We were friends. We were not. I didn't see her as a date. Plus, I was coming out from a relationship, and I don't want to know about ladies. I don't want to know about relationship or woman or nothing. I was like, okay, I'm gonna yes, because it was a breakup,
For how long had you been in that relationship?
and that relationship was almost like a year.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and he ended up bad, and but the trial was the year that Beto invited us to fitness concert.
Uh-huh.
So I was distracted right away. I was like, okay, right, I'm gonna, I redirect energy there. And I started that, and there I met agent, but no, I wasn't looking, no. It was no, yo no le estaba tirando la olla, I was trying to fish or nothing, no. I was like being a dude there, was super funny guy. Everybody that was in that group can tell you like he was a joker. He was like that kid, doing pranks on people. It when I really started using Instagram. Instagram came out with a story feature, and I started like documenting the whole thing. And I think my follows grow because of that too. Because I start documenting that I'm here, I'm the beach, I'm on the pool. I was in good shape too, so hey, I'm showing the apps all the time.
Showing
And
off.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But later, we kept working together, and I think like we found chemistry outside of the dance, and yeah, we fall for each other. And with her, it's different because like, I knew after we decided to start dating, like that first week, people are skeptical to believe this, but I don't know. Who knows? No. In the first week, I knew she was the one. Crazy that I sound. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, after talking to you for 4 hours, now it's not crazy to hear you being so certain about decisions
Ah,
in
well, yeah,
life because
yes,
you've been
exactly,
doing it all your life. So it
exactly.
doesn't sound crazy on you anymore.
It is, yeah, I knew her. I knew, and I was,
You knew
I,
you wanted her to be the companionship for your life, or you knew you wanted her to be the mother of your children, or
the companion. Yes,
okay.
I still didn't know. I still didn't know I was going to be a father. Not that I don't want it or I want, no, I was not thinking. It was not through my brain, the thought of a father.
When you realized that you guys were pregnant, was it a scary thought for you to become a dad, knowing that you didn't have an example of a dad? Or it was the opposite? It was exciting because it's your chance to do it better and to get what you didn't get.
Yes, the second one. I totally was excited to prove myself that I can be the best, or I can try, no? That I can try to be
Mhm.
the best version of a father I could. I think I always been very creative, even when I was a kid. So imagine that Ronnie kid growing up and probably being creative and imaginative about having the father figure. Imagine in this case, what would be So now
Yes.
I get to be that person that I probably create or imagine.
With this new project that is the most beautiful project that you will ever have.
Yeah. And I want more. I
Beautiful.
want more. I want another one.
Does Ejem want more?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have you guys found a good balance making it work, being young parents and being on the road all the time? Because this job is not easy to raise children, being that both of you always have to travel to for work.
I think we adapt him really fast to our life. He starts traveling. His 3 months. He was in he was on the longest flight that we could take. uh, and his part now he want to be on stage. He to grab the mic and talk in the mic. They adapt, and we are doing the best. We are not like pushing him to do it. Now we know that this period have a expiration date, and it's like when school starts. So when school
Yeah,
starts, things we're gonna have another, and we know it's like everyone has been advising us, like like yes, travel with him and everything, but school start is another discipline. It's another so enjoy now all these trips and everything. So, but we are living a team day by day. It's a new
hmm,
experience for both of us. Is the first. I think we're gonna do better with the second one. This guy is crazy. Is a crazy character. Is a joker, and we love him. I see him on me, and Agent even mom see things of Agent on him. So he's a really good combination of both of us in physical and in character. We are just enjoying the process, like day by day, and learning because we are learning every day. Is learning. Yeah.
of course. Is it exhausting, or you guys have found the flow?
No, it is tiring. It is exhausting. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he's at that age in the terrible twos that he's even gonna get more active and
Yeah.
more crazy.
Oh my God. Yes, I cannot wait to pass that. that.
It's gonna last a while, a couple of years, and
But
then if you guys want to have more, you'd better do it now.
yeah, exactly. So everything go like in a couple of years, no, back to back, and that's it. That's what we're thinking too. Like we should do it like soon.
Yes.
But the thing is, like I'm hyped too, so it doesn't bother me because as long this is gonna sound bad, but you might understand. You are mom, so you will understand that I'm not saying it in a wrong way. As long he's annoy me, I annoy him, and we are two dudes, like I treat him like already like he's big. So yes, like he come crazy things. Like he would come like screaming. And we don't know what is happening. We think that he hit something. He's just like maybe singing a song that he remember from earlier stage. It's crazy. He come with something. But sometimes he's in a corner and I feel him coming and I jump out of so I scare him, and I think he's getting it from me too, like that being spontaneous and crazy and yeah. So as long as he's annoying me, I annoy him back. So yeah, it's just keep it up
And
with that.
and that's why he needs that in his life. That's are usually the ones that do that, annoying each other,
Uh-huh.
bothering each other. Yes. The opposite of the mom that's always nurturing.
No,
Pandemic happened, and then you guys were
And pan,
really trapped together.
yes, yes. I really want to settle the thing, no? So I proposed, and after I proposed, I didn't push for it, but I was like, she didn't want big wedding, nothing. Like I'm not a fan either of it. The wedding,
I think we
just
all
gonna come
wanted the
my
big
sister.
wedding so that we could all come
Yes,
and celebrate because you guys are like the
yes,
one couple that we feel like you belong to us, to the Zumba world, because we
the
saw
most closer to
you
everybody.
getting
Yes.
together, getting
So one
married,
day,
having the
one day,
kid.
one day,
Yes.
one day. But that is promised. That what happened. COVID happened. But we say like, let's do the simple one now. And we did, and this is how I put it. Like we were sent to a not requested full honeymoon. We married and COVID hit the
Yeah,
next week.
immediately. Yes, I
And it
remember.
was like, go to your home, don't go out. It's like, okay, honeymoon forever. So we have to stay. She has to stay. We have problem because she overstayed her visa and everything. Then we fix it, of course, the legal process. But it was what it was. It was COVID.
First couple of years of living together are tough already in a marriage because you're
People,
adjusting. Living together is not easy. And then, like, you were really together nonstop.
yes, really together. People have told me that, and even there's writing about this. it's like if the couple survive the first 2 years, like they can go through, because
Anything.
usually the divorce rate is higher the first 2 years because when you get to move together and live together, it's like everything go south. So
Yes.
we were like not together, like you go to work 9 to 5 and you work together and you live together. No, it's like 24 hours. It's like everything together. But we found fun because we both do the same. So we found fun in helping each other, in creating together. I crack up the whole Zoom thing and have so much fun doing those tutorial videos for everybody, for the company, for people.
Yes, I think you raised up to the occasion because that's when you took off with your production company and you
Yes,
guys
yeah,
were
yes,
really enjoying in the virtual world, teaching
yes,
virtually. And that's when your Instagram also took off. So I think for you it was a amazing opportunity for you to shine with other skills other than the dancing and the choreographer and the being a great instructor. That's where when I saw you becoming this big Ronnie.
yeah,
Yes. And
nice.
you did that on your own, which was awesome. And we were all just trying to copy what you were doing, how to deal with all the virtual world. So it was a great example to follow. You took the leadership there too, which was amazing to see.
I saw so many people struggling with in how to reach out and figuring out how was the virtual world. And like you say, like I see the opportunity to again not necessarily the leader, but become the teacher. And I love to teach. So yes, I went there and I cracked it on myself. I understand it. So I try my best to like expose it and show it
And share with others.
and pass
Yeah.
it. Yeah, yes.
Oh, and we really appreciate it. Okay, so it feels like your life goes year by year, something big happens. There was the year that you got married, and then the next year you started your production company with
Company.
pandemic. Then the next year you almost died, and you scared us all. Then the next year you gave birth to Kylo, and
Kylo,
then
yes.
the next year, in this year in January, you launched your book, which is
Yes.
amazing. So
Yeah,
what's
yeah, yeah.
coming up? What are you cooking for next year?
So I want to work on another book. I'm releasing for Amazon. I have two accounts as an author, as a creator. I am Rony Gratereaut, the author, because of Ignite Your Passion, because I have like a whole full like I call it serious book going on. But I also have coloring books in Amazon under Rony GX. And these days, I'm releasing a special edition coloring book, Dia de los Muertos, because the occasion, yeah. So it's under review right now, but as soon as it get available, I gonna start announcing. I think that's cool. I think that's a good distressor. I can call it distress.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, for people like love to take their mind. I'm talking about creative, like take your mind to do another activity. I think this is a good
You
one
know
for
what? And
everyone.
it's amazing to have hard conversations like with your partner. Let's just call her
Yes,
honey while we
yeah,
talk. We don't have to
yes,
look at each other. We're just coloring, but they were like addressing something. Yes. It's amazing
yeah.
opportunities for conversations. I love this. Nice project.
This is like in like this week, like soon. As soon as they finish the reviewing, like I'm launching. So any moment. For next year, I don't know. Let's see if Agem want and we go for the second one. I think that will be the big project for next year.
Maybe it's the
Yeah.
product of a summer love. You guys are there in
Yeah,
Turkey
there you go.
now. There you go.
And
Close to your birthday
maybe,
next year.
maybe, maybe
Well,
yes.
it
No.
sounds like you are not the kind of person that needs to really sit and write down a vision and a project because it's hard for you to turn your mind off. You have such creativity that you're constantly just being inspired by different projects and ideas. So I'm excited to see the rest of your life to witness it and to continue to be
Thank
inspired
you.
by you and to continue to learn from you, to continue to use your amazing choreographies in classes that are so much fun to teach and that have so much flow. I am very honored that you gave me these 5 hours of your time to share a piece of Ronnie with me and with all of the people that are going to be blessed by getting to know you better. Thank you so much, Ronnie.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you for the opportunity, and again, no, this go. The honor is mine, totally mine. Um, because I have you in this like huge pedestal, and you might tell me like no, why? But I always think very special about you, and or no, think, feel very special about you, your simplicity, but also I know how great you are, but you keep it simple, and that's many of us need to learn that, nowadays it's easy to get lost, and in that's the word that I'm looking for, authenticity. You are authentic. It's like pure. It's like you, that's it. And it doesn't matter if it's on Instagram that I see you or in real life. It's you. It's one version of you. So, and not everybody. That's what I'm trying to say. Lately, it's hard to find people like that.